Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, hello. Hello. Illinois, I'm from Illinois. Hey, Joy Noel, how are you? Happy Wednesday. How did you know it's still here? Welcome. How did you know I was from Illinois? Oh, I'm doing awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Today is a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And so today we can talk about relationships, understanding that every relationship is a relationship with self. And that's relationship to anything, whether romantic, familial, or friendships. Oh, thank you, thank you. Scripture Boldo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I don't discuss politics. I believe people can manifest whatever they desire. He manifested, so that's why he's experiencing it. Yes, the law of assumption regarding relationships. I know relationships can be a very touchy subject, because we think that relationships are about other people when it's really about a relationship with self. It's about your relationship with you. What is it that you believe? What is it that you desire? Oh, hey, Lyric, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes. Said hashtag FYP. I know that's right, Joy Noel. But yes, getting in relationships, right? And we have so many, everybody has their own opinion, right? That's why relationships aren't cookie cutter. And here's the thing. When you're in right relationship with self, you'll be in right relationship with anyone else, regardless of who it is. You want to get the right relationship with yourself. I know a lot of times we think that other people are here to make us happy. I mean, you can live your life that way. It usually don't work out too good. Needing someone else to make you feel good, to make you feel happy, to make you feel confident, to make you have high esteem. Yes, Lyric. Yes. Hey, Miranda. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Yes. It's how do you see yourself, and how do you envision relationships? And are you expecting something from someone that you aren't expecting or doing for yourself, right? Yes, Lyric. Yes. I put majority of my lives on YouTube unless I get a request not to share, because people have, shared too much and they just don't want anyone other than who's on the live to hear it. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, Miranda. I know that's right. Glad to be off of work. Oh, you missed Bible study? I'll be posting it in the morning, Joy. So you'll be able to catch it on YouTube if you're well, you don't have to subscribe to the channel, but it will be on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Lyric. Thank you. Peace and blessings, Sunflower. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Miranda, getting your relationship regardless. Exactly. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was a very good Bible study last night. Oh, okay, okay, Lyric. Uh, yes, hopefully you're enjoying the 30-day transformation. It's I still reread it on occasion. So yes, definitely will transform your thinking, remind you of who you are. Because that's the whole purpose. That's why we're here. We're here to remember who we are, regardless of what anyone else tells you. No, you don't need to be the disciple of anyone. You don't need to follow anyone. You don't need any leader. The only person, the only being you need to look to is the being within you. It's all you need. Yes, this world is about you. Your life is about you. It's not about other people. It's all about you. Yes, loving on myself. Yes, you said you looked up the science part, Miranda. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Oh, it's an ebook that I have in my bio. I offer it for free through Gumroad. You can get the link in my bio. I also offer the recipe for life. It's also an ebook. You can get all 3 ebooks that I offer. Daily Diamond Gems, which is affirmations and scriptures. And then the 30-day transformation is also affirmations and scriptures. And then I give you a little explanation of the scriptures to make it more practical to you and help you transform your thinking so you can create the reality of your dreams, because that's what it's all about. We're image makers. We're not trying to become God. We're here to recognize that we are God. See, that's the difference. And that's what we have to realize. We're coming here, we're remembering who we are. We're remembering that we are love, that there is nothing that we're trying to become. It's about recognition of who you already are. Oh, thank you, Lyric. Thank you. Neuroplasticity. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Miranda, I'm not really into the science part of it. I let other people handle that lane. Exactly. God never fails. Yes, yes, definitely, Lyric. Definitely, he understands. Definitely. Yes. Yes, remember that everything is about you. You give meaning to life, right? And what we have to come to recognize that no one else exists in our world other than us, and everyone else is just a figment of our imagination. Everyone else is us pushed out, literally, right? You say everyone is you pushed out. Yes, everyone is based on your subconscious beliefs. And so if you want to have a different experience, what do you have to do? You have to decide to change your thoughts about a thing, because your thoughts is what create your beliefs. As Abraham Hicks reminded us, a belief is just a thought you continue to think over and over and over again, right? It became repetition, became a habit. And a lot of our beliefs, they were programmed into us at a very young age, right? Very young age, we were programmed to believe in certain things via our environment, right? So that's our parents, our teachers, our government, society at large. That's where we got a lot of our beliefs from. Yep, decide to change your thought. Hey, Mariah, welcome. Yes, your relationship with you. I know I put S on the end, but we know that every relationship is a relationship with self. The thing that you're looking from another, give it to yourself. Hey, Deanna, welcome, welcome. Hey, D, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. And so I know that we have all kinds of schools of thought when it comes to relationships, especially the romantic relationships, right? What's the role of a man or a husband, and what's the role of a wife or the woman, right? Regardless if it's, hetero or, an LGBTQIA relationship, regardless of, the individuals within the dynamic of the relationship is always about how do you perceive you and how are you thinking of the other? Because it's how you're thinking of the other is who you will experience. And all you have to do is change how you think about the other, then your experience with them will change. Hello, Elle, welcome, welcome. Yes, how do you perceive you? Yes, how do I perceive myself? Who do I say that I am? Right? Hello, Brian, welcome. The law of life is the law of belief, the law of assumption, the law of being. What is it that you expect out of a relationship, right? What are you looking for in a relationship? Because that's what you're going to get. And it's really more about not so much what you're looking for, is what you already believe to be true about a relationship. See, if you have certain beliefs that are impressed upon the subconscious regarding relationships, regardless of what you're looking for, you're going to get what you already accept as true. So you have to do a self-assessment within yourself to figure out what it is you personally believe, right? Based on how you saw your parents, your grandparents, your friends, what your church told you, what religion told you about relationships, right? Those are your beliefs. And a lot of those beliefs don't serve you because most people believe relationships are supposed to be hard. They tell you it's a struggle. And I'm here to tell you, not so. Hey, Riz Monet. Hello, I am Mrs. Benjamin. Welcome, welcome. You said, and ain't right. And I know from experience, because I'm in my second marriage, so I know what the struggle bus, the struggle love looks like. And I know what easy peasy, fresh and squeezy love looks like. And it really comes from how can two walk together unless they be agreed? If we have opposing views, and really the opposing view, the opposition is within you. That's the opposing view. You saying you want one thing, but you believe in something different. That's the opposition. You say, oh, I want the faithful, committed, nurturing, happy, easy relationship, but I believe relationships are hard. I believe women are gold diggers. I believe men are unfaithful and just in general cheaters, right? That's what you believe versus what you want. Those are opposing views. And so the dominant view, the dominant belief is going to win out. Always. Always. Hey, April, welcome. No, Mariah. Most definitely not at all. Serious relationships because I believed I needed to sacrifice my sense of self. Oh no, no. It's when you own who you are. When you truly love who you are, your partner can't help but love you because you know who you are. Say not this civil union. Hey, unconditionally loving one. So what I was stating was about what you want versus what you believe, right? And what you believe, the dominant belief, the wanting versus believing, the dominant of the two always wins out. Always. Because you can say you want the faithful relationship, right? You can say you want, how you just divide up your finances. To me, that's on a case-by-case scenario, right? It's what works for you and your home. There is no wrong or right when it comes to finances. It's all about what you and your partner agree upon. But when it comes to the type of character, right, what you're looking for in another person, it all comes down to what you believe about other people, right? So if you believe that women are manipulative and they're gold diggers, they only want you for your money, they only want a certain type of man, they only want this 6'5", dark, chocolate sculpted person, and you don't fit none of those qualifications, so you're wondering why women don't like you. Clearly it's because you're not their type, and be okay with that, right? And then if you're a woman and you're saying that all men are dogs and all men are cheaters and they're manipulative too, and just gonna have to face it, men just cheat, that's just what they're going to do and we just have to deal with it. No, not so. But these are what you believe versus what you want. And so you have to make what you believe and what you want marry one another. That's where the union has to start within you. You have to decide what is it that you want to believe now. That's where that self-assessment comes in. You got to pay attention to what you're really thinking, what you're really saying about relationships. Yep, Mariah, you sure could have. Right, Riz Monet. Yep. So what do you think you're going to come into? Right. If you believe that, all relationships are toxic, then how you think you're going to escape it? If that's what you believe, relationships are hard and difficult, right? Yep. You have to be what you want to receive. Yep. So yep. That's it, Riz Monet. Yep. Yes, that's all inclusive, unconditionally loving. Yep. Say, what about our spiritual self? The beliefs we have about our self goals and dreams and emotions. Exactly. That goes for that too. Because every relationship is a relationship with self, even money, your aspirations in life, right? It's all about how you view yourself. So that's why you have to, you leave the world alone and what? You change your self-concept. Self-concept is so key with life in general or life specifically. Say hello, Atira. Is that how you say that, Atira? So I hate that I know this stuff, but let my mind slip and stop actively changing my beliefs. Oh, okay. Okay, well, you just get back on the horse. It's never too late. Get back up, dust yourself off, and retrain and transform that mind. Hello, Dina. Welcome. I know, right, Mariah? Say, I recently decided I always get commitment and I always get princess treatment from men. Yes, yes. And that's whatever you're looking for. Hey, Megan, welcome. Okay, okay, no problem, Megan. Thank you. All right, all right. Yep. Hey, Monty J, welcome, welcome. Hey, Rain. I was just like, oh, Toyia might be tired from yesterday's live, but here you are. Oh no, because I was just sitting there listening, Rain. I didn't have much to say. So I consider myself a master manifestor. Honestly, I get everything I want. Yes, that's how we all have to see ourselves, right, Riz Monet? Elevating to that state of knowing that you are a master manifestor and you always get what you want and you don't have to compromise. So I've always gotten what I wanted, but went through a lot of BS before getting it. I say no longer. I know that's right. I have a great, loving, and long relationship, but I don't have a title or ring. How can I change my thoughts toward being married? See yourself as already married, Lyric. Imagine you don't see that ring on the finger. Here's the thing. The fact that you desire marriage means that you're already married, right? The fact that you desire it means you already are. Saying the older I get, some of them are married, and I'm like, what makes you think I want to be I know, right? No, not that. All right, that's what you go to bed. You know, when you think about your relationship, you're a married woman, right? No question. That's who you are. And all of that entails your conversation should be from the state of a wife, right? Congratulations, right? Yeah, say, hey. Right, say congrats to me. That's it. That's it. Because the moment you had the desire was the moment the desire was given to you, right? And it's more about you just want to be married, right? You want, happily married, happy marriage, right? I know that's right. Yes, happy, fun marriage. Yes. And then you just have to ask yourself, what does that look like? What are your beliefs? What are truly your beliefs regarding marriage, right? How does that show up for you? What does that look like? Because I know when I got married the first time, I wasn't really considering all that. My desire was just to be married, right? That was and then I was talking about what I didn't want. And now when I look back, I was focused on what I didn't want and the fact that I wanted to be married. So what did I get? What I didn't want, and I got married. I got married. I was in the church, but I was talking about what I didn't want. I really didn't know who I was and what I was looking for and what marriages look like. And then I only had like my mother's marriage. My mother, I didn't know my father. I had a stepfather, and that relationship wasn't, top tier, as we would say. But I only had that in my grandparents on my mom's side, examples of marriage. Mostly everyone else, there were no other examples of marriage in my family other than my grandparents and my mom. Yes. Okay, so now you say I have the ring. Now we change. Now in our minds, Lyric, we changed that story and say I have the most beautiful ring ever. He knew exactly what type of ring I liked. We either he surprised you with it or you all went ring shopping. But no, we're no longer saying we don't have a ring. We're now in our mind, right? We're not going to our fiance or our husband saying, now I'm giving you an ultimatum. You got 6 months. If you don't put a ring on it, nope. You're already married in your mind, and in your mind, you're like saying the most beautiful ring that you have. Maybe you already know what it looks like. You already know what cut you want. You already know your ring size, right? So either he went and purchased it, knowing exactly what you want, because you can do that mental telepathy, or you want to go ring shopping with him, right? But you already married. So we're no longer saying we don't have the ring. Now in our mind, oh yes, my ring is the most beautiful ring. Oh my goodness, I can't even hold my hand up. It's 3-carat ring. Oh my, whatever size carat, you know, the size really doesn't matter. You know, I'm just talking. But whatever it is that you want, you know, that's how you talk in your mind as though you're already that. Yes, Lyric. Yes, love that. Hey, Created by Fee. Greetings, greetings. Hey, the digital helper. You said, do you think that a specific spirit finds you as a spouse, maybe because the person needs to teach you? No, I believe you draw you. You draw your beliefs. If you have certain beliefs about marriages and about, you know, the type of person that you want to experience life with, that's what you're going to draw. Remember, you have a lot of people have beliefs and then they have wants. And a lot of times those beliefs and wants don't match up. So that's why you have to do an assessment of your thoughts and find out, what do you really believe about relationships? Because you can say you want, you know, someone that has a certain type of career, you know, a provider, you know, you want to be a stay-at-home wife, and you want someone that's committed and honest, but you believe men lie, cheat, they don't know how to take care of their families, they have 2 and 3 families, they baby daddies. You know, if you believe that, if that's what you believe, that's what you're going to attract. So you want the belief and want to match, to marry each other. So what you have to do, change your beliefs about relationships, change your beliefs about the other person, right? Whether male or female, man or woman, no matter who it is that you're desiring to be with, if you have preconceived notions about who they are in general, that's what you're going to attract. That's who you're going to see, because you can't see past and you can't experience past your own beliefs. So that's why you have to change you. You don't go around trying to change other people. You start changing you. You change your mind about what you believe to be true about relationships. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Oh, yes, Lyric. Yes, yes. You can't hear me? Can you all hear me? Yes, yes. Because it's all about your relationship with you. It's about how you see yourself, right? Okay, good. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, okay. Got you, Lyric. Okay. Thank you. Yes, it's all about the self recognition, the awareness, right? Your awareness. That's what you experience, your awareness, your consciousness. So are you loving on you, right? Do you have self-confidence? Do you have high esteem, right? Do you know that you know, here's the thing with relationships, and I know that, and I see this a lot on the, and I see a lot of it because I don't, well, I see mostly spiritual content on my FYP, but I do see every now and again those TikToks where they're talking about the specific role of a woman and the specific role of a man, right? There are no specific roles for a woman, no specific roles for a man, right? That's a societal conditioning, right? You have to decide what you want in a relationship, right? Because don't get it twisted. Men marry into wealthy families just like women do, right? And there's no judgment there, and it shouldn't be. You have men that are the stay-at-home fathers that take care of the children while the woman is the breadwinner, right? So we have to get rid of what's society tells us is right or wrong for our relationship. You have to decide what works for you and what that looks like and what makes you, because it's your world. It ain't nobody else's world. Nobody else should come and tell you, girl, a man's supposed to be doing this. Man, dude, I don't know what kind of girl you got. She don't do this, she don't do that. No, that's none of their business. It's your relationship. It's your relationship. It says, so what if you're married but dislike your spouse because they lack self-confidence? But who's saying they lack self-confidence? Who's having that thought, digital helper? So you're the only thinker in your reality. Guess how you can think about your spouse? You can think differently about them and say that my spouse is the most confident person I've ever met. They're so confident. They're so self-assured. You know, they love life. They're happy. They're enjoyable. It's your beliefs that you will experience. See, we judge people based on what? What are we judging this on? Right? What makes another person in your mind lack self-confidence? And remember, you're the only one thinking it. So guess what? You're creating that. You're writing the script of your life and you're saying, okay, my spouse lacks self-confidence. So guess what they have to show up as? Someone who lacks self-confidence, whatever that means to you, because that's subjective. That's relative. Because what you see is lacking self-confidence, someone else is not even going to see it. Have no idea what you're talking about. They can't see anything that you're talking about. But you're seeing what you believe to be true. Think differently about them, and then they'll show up differently. Yes, no judgment. He said their grocery bill is like $700 a week, but I love it. Okay. Hello, True welcome. Yes, see them as perfect. Yep. And when the old them show up, you still have to see them as new. Exactly. You don't respond to the old person because the old person doesn't exist, right? How are you responding to something that no longer exists? You've already given yourself a new perspective about them. So you can't respond to the old person because the old person doesn't exist. Not in your world, not in your mind. You should be only seeing them as the person that you say they are. And how do you know this? It's your reactions to life. It's how you're reacting to them. If the old self does show up, it's your reaction. When you react to the old state, then you're saying that old state still exists. So now you have a double-minded. Now you're operating from a double mind. Because now you say, oh, I got the new version of them that I'm seeing in my mind, but this old state keeps coming up. But the only reason the old state keeps coming up because you keep giving it life. And how do you continue to give it life? Keep responding to it. Keep reacting to it. You have the power to revise any situation, and you never have to accept something that you do not like. If they come in, saying, what was me, and they're feeling dejected and down on themselves, then you, in your mind, revise that and hear them saying, oh my goodness, I feel so good today. I feel so wonderful. I feel so appreciated. I appreciate myself. I'm loving on myself. These are the things I'm doing. I'm doing things that I love. I'm doing things that I enjoy, right? You're seeing them from a different perspective, and you're saying this in your mind. And then guess what? You're going to see it in your world. But you've got to be persistent to it, even when it appears that they're still operating from the old state. It only appears. Things only seem to be to those to whom it seems to be. So what does it seem to be to you? Make it be that. You say this is the sprinkle you like. Hey? Yep. So my problem at first was thinking I was letting someone get over on me if I, oh, yep, that's it. We think we have to, you think we have to be right instead of being happy. We have this real, that old state of us, you know, we have a part of us that rather be right. And do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Yep, everything was me. So I was only creating that. Yep. So now from my man, all I think is he is the best boyfriend ever. Yes. So other people basically paid actors in your reality. They don't have free will. Yep, they do not have free will. Say your husband is like Boaz. All right. He says, what to do if you want it by a certain time, the behavior to change. It's already done, Red Mama. There is no time. It's now. Because where has it changed? In your mind. That's where it changed. It changes first in your mind. And when are you thinking about it? Now. You're thinking about it now. So that's when it changed. The moment you started thinking differently about your significant other, your specific person, your SP. That's when they changed. The moment you decided to see them differently in your mind. Remember, we don't go by appearances. We walk by faith, not by sight. We don't respond when we think that we're seeing something other than what we rehearsed in our mind. We be like, oh no, that's not what I told you. That's not the script I wrote for you. You say that to yourself, not to them. You say that within yourself. When they're showing you something that you're not in agreement with, it's not as you wrote in your mind, as you scripted in your mind, and they're playing a different role. You say, oh no, that's not what I told. That's not what I wrote out for you. That's not the role I gave you. Oh, you got to do that again. Play that over. And it's all is happening in your mind. Hey, Denaza, hey. You strengthen your faith through testing yourself, proving to yourself that it doesn't matter what decision you make, it's the right decision. Oh, you said that was the issue you was having created by Fee? Yeah, because I know, I applied this to my relationship with my children as well as with my husband, right? And of course my extended family members, but I don't see my extended family members on a regular basis. But I do talk to my children every day, and I live with my husband every day, right? So for me to show up differently as a parent, right, and as a spouse, I had to change my self-concept. I have to change the way I thought about my husband and the way I thought about my children. And when they show me something that triggered an old state, I had to what? If I reacted to the old state, I would always revise it. Right? So I had this habit of, my children didn't do what I say, I would yell at them, right? I would react, I would yell, like, why you can't do what we're telling you, fussing and screaming. When I decided that I no longer wanted to communicate with my children like that, the first couple of times I still reacted based on the old state. And when I realized that I was doing that, I just replayed it in my mind. And I would think of the situation, I'd be like, oh, no, okay, so what actually happened was I didn't respond. Or what actually happened was I responded like this. I said that. And I said it like 2 or 3 times in my mind, and I would just drop it. And then after about the 3rd or 4th experience, interaction, I was no longer fussing and yelling. I completely did a 180 and no longer was reacting that way. Now with my husband, I still had some insecurities that was rearing its ugly head in the relationship. And so I know that I had to, again, go back in my mind and change my concept of myself, right? At first, I would, tell him what I thought that I think he should be doing differently. We always try to fix stuff on the outside first, and then you come back to the law and you be like, that's not how it works. You don't try to fix anything on the outside. You must go within and and change yourself. Not fix yourself, but change your mind, because there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing to fix. You don't need to think differently about things. That's all. You only need to think differently about things. And you have to remind yourself that, yes, he's a good person. I'm a good person. He would never do anything disrespectful. I would never do anything disrespectful, So I had to, remind myself of the type of person that I'm marrying and the type of person that I am. So when those thoughts would come up, nip them in the bud, change them, and again, if I found myself reacting or responding to it, I would revise it in my mind. And then, like I said, after 2 or 3 times of revising and dropping it, like I would revise it, then I would drop it and wouldn't think about it again, right? And then when the situation come up again, I knew how to handle it. I knew not to respond. And then once I stopped responding, I stopped seeing the experience, right? Once you stop giving your energy to it, what happens to it? It dissipates. It dissipates. So that's how you know you've changed. You know you've changed when you stop reacting to the old state. That's how you know that a change has occurred. But if you keep acting and responding to the same old ways, then you're just keeping that state alive. But you don't want that state to be alive. You want that state to die off, to dissipate. So you have to take your attention away from it. You have to don't give it your energy. Remember, as Neville Goddard says, your energy or your attention is the sap of life. Your attention is what keeps things alive in your world. In order for them to die, you must take your attention away from it. So when we have been disrespectful, when we never thought the world and the reasons were there, and we and I to change and grow. Yep. It all starts within, right? You have to be willing to take full accountability for the thoughts that you're thinking. You have to be willing to take full accountability for your thoughts that you're thinking, because it's only your thoughts that you're experiencing. So once you decide to change your thoughts about what you're thinking, what you're believing to be true regarding your marriage, regarding your relationships, right? And again, like I said, it's belief versus want. They must be joined in matrimony. They must be married to each other. But a lot of times the want and the belief don't match. And so it's always the dominant of the two that wins out. So that's why when you're desiring to before, if you're not in a relationship now, if you're desiring an SP, the best thing to do is to work on that self-concept. Get you right. Love you. Enjoy you. Be happy with you, because happiness draws happiness. Love draws love. The loveless never find love. It's only the love that finds love. It's only those that are happy draw happiness, right? Because we all heard the story. We've all heard the phrase, misery loves company. So if you're miserable, you're going to draw misery. That's just how it goes, right? But birds of a feather flock together. Like attracts like. Like energy draws like energy. So if you want to experience something different in relationships, you must change your self-concept. You must change your beliefs about relationships if you want to experience something differently. What makes them angry is that you're saying that they're angry, Red Mama Yeti. You're saying that they're angry. Stop saying that they're angry. Change your perception about them. Say they are the most amicable person that you could ever get along with. They're easygoing. They're attentive. They're patient. Imagine them as you want them to be, as you desire for them to show up. Right? And you keep telling yourself that. And you be sincere about it. Be genuine about the fact that this is who your spouse is. Loving, understanding, patient, kind, nurturing. Tell yourself, I have the most wonderful husband in the world. He's so attentive. He's so giving. He's so patient and kind. He's tender, right? That's what you talk. That's how you talk about your spouse in your mind. And you keep talking that way. You go to sleep. When you wake up and you greet them, that's what you're saying. If you're at work, they're at work. When you think about them, that's what you're thinking about, how awesome they are, how wonderful they are, how blessed you are to be in a relationship with them, how blessed they are to be in a relationship with you. Because it's your thoughts about them you will experience. Always. So I've been most definitely working on myself and my view of him and our, yes. Hey, Love and Life. Welcome. Oh, no, not make you sad, Mariah. No. But now you have the power. Now you have the tools to change that. But now you have the power to change that, Mariah. Now you can choose to think differently. Yep. Yes, Rain. Yep. Speak to yourself like someone you really love. Yes. Pour into you, Mariah. That's where it all comes from, right? You actually can. You actually can change the past because there is no past. There's only now. And it's your thoughts now that counts. That's all. It's only your thoughts now that matter. It's what you think right now that matters. And you can just choose to think lovingly about yourself. You can choose now to see yourself as whole, complete, and to have an abundance of all things good. The things you wish others would have given you, you give to yourself now. Hey, Love and Life, you said you just got tested. You said, what does it change? It's to change you. Because that's all you want to do is change you. You want to be happy. You want to be full of love and full of life, and you don't want to carry unforgiveness in your heart. You want to be set free. Unforgiveness is a burden. Because when you carry around unforgiveness, it hurts no one but you. Because you're the one thinking negatively about life and what happened. And the person that you said did all these hurtful things out there living their best life. They out there living their best life. And here you are carrying around this burden of unforgiveness, this hurt, this anger. You carrying that around with you. It's like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. That's not how it works. Forgiveness is never about them. It's always about you. It's about freeing you, loving on you, seeing your worthiness, seeing your wholeness. Hey, Jenny, welcome. Yes, Jenny. Say, so can I make him? Well, you're not making him forget. You're making yourself forget. You're saying that it didn't happen. It's your reality. You're creating a reality that the situation you're describing never took place. And to the point that you can believe that it never happened, because how do you know it never happened? You don't talk about it. Even if someone brings it up, you say in your mind, oh, that never happened. I have no idea what they're talking about. That's not what took place. Oh, I don't agree. I have no memory of what you're talking about. What took, I don't know. What you talking about? I don't know. I have no idea. Yep, forgiveness. But that's the fear you will have to let go of, Mariah, right? Because that's not your story. You're a very young woman. You have your whole life ahead of you. You know, right now you're young and you're vibrant and you have so much to offer, and that's what you that's what you give your attention to who you are. You are all those things you desire to be. You already are that. But if you focus on the fear, that's what you'll create. So we're going to let go of the fear. We're going to give love. We're going to give love in place of fear. And we're going to remember that we weren't given a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Focus on peace and joy, compassion to yourself. You're giving this all to yourself. So when the husband appears, you'll be free to love with no baggage. You'll be so free to receive all that you're supposed to get, because you get what you give. And so you want to freely be in a position to give love. Yes, you are made whole. That's okay. You're very young though. That's okay. That's okay. But you have right. Like hey, Princess Sugar, welcome. Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Princess Sugar. Yes, you got this, Mariah. Right, now you take your power back. Now it's time to walk in your power and your authority. Right? Love on you. Put the focus on you. And forgiveness is key. And if the forgiveness is about forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself. Hello, Pastor Jesse. Welcome. So I started a morning routine where I speak words of love to myself as soon as yes, Rain. Awesome. Beautiful. Yes. Yep. Now you have the keys. Now you can transform your reality by transforming your mindset. Because that's where it all starts. And forgive. Remember, I told you, forgive. Give yourself that which you would like to receive. Give it to yourself. Yep. Hey, Kevin. Welcome. Forgiving yourself. So forgiving yourself is twofold, right? So when you forgive, literally means to forget. You forget the old state. You forget you let go of all of the trauma you've experienced, all the hurt, all the pain, right? Because it no longer serves you. It doesn't build you up. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. It doesn't free you in your spirit, in your mind. And then you give forth that which you would like to receive in return. So you give to yourself compassion, patience, understanding, right? Love, peace, joy. And you have to meditate on these truths about you. When you're in your meditation, this is what you're pouring into you. This is when you're transforming your mindset to accept the truth of who you are. You are the I am, right? You're just individualized. You just have human form. But you are the I am. You are already love. You are already pure. You're already whole. You're already perfect. It's just all about recognition. Recognize who you are. And so you have to remind yourself, right? Philippians 4:8, how you think. You think on what is pure, what is honest, what is noble, what is true. Right? If there be any praise, anything of good report, this is how you think. You put off those old stories, no longer telling the old stories of what happened when you were a child, or what happened when you were a teenager, or what happened when you were a young adult, what happened 6 months ago, what happened yesterday if you didn't like what took place yesterday. Rewrite the story. Remember, you're the producer. This is your production. This is your movie. This is your stage play. This is the story of your life. And you're the author. You're writing the script. You get to say what's what. You get to say what you want to see. Then you're director, so you're rehearsing this in your mind, right? That's a part of when you're being directed, you're rehearsing. And you have to keep rehearsing that script, right? Every time you write a new script, you got to go over the lines. You got to rehearse it. And then you're the star. Now it's time to play the role of that new version of that new story that you're telling, which means you can't tell the old story because the old story doesn't exist, because we forgot about that. That isn't a part of your reality anymore. Who's that girl? Who's that man? I don't know them. I don't identify with that anymore. That's not who I am now. So you knew you was a movie star. Yes. Oh, yes, you are altogether beautiful, my love. There is no flaw in you. Yes, yes. All of those who are desiring to build self-confidence, apply self-worth. This is a beautiful, beautiful scripture. You are altogether beautiful, my love. There is no flaw. There is no flaw. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. For I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows right well. You have to remind yourself of who you are. That you are made in the image and likeness of all there is, and that all, the creator, the source, who you are, makes no mistakes. Yes, I'm a star. I'm a star. Yes. Hey, Lisa J, welcome. Yes. Hey, Elizabeth. Right. Got to stop contradicting yourself by wanting and still doubting. Yes, you're just neutralizing it. You're canceling it out. Oh, you say you're about to put it on a shirt. I know that's right, Lyric. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. This is what our meditation should be, meditating on the truth of our being, right? Reminding ourselves of how awesome we are. Regardless of what someone told us when we were 10, what someone told us when we were 15 or 5 years old, or what somebody told us when we were 20, what someone told us last year, 6 months ago, 2 days ago. If it don't align with the truth of your being, we canceling that out. We're hear no evil, See no evil, speak no evil. We're no longer speaking against our own desires. We're no longer doing that, going against our own best interests. No more. Oh, Red Mama Yeti, you can focus on your meditation. You say health, wealth, happiness, and wisdom. You affirm, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise. Hey, Real Estate Nick. Next Tuesday, Bible study will be in full force. Yep. So as soon as you wake up, look on that mirror. Boom. Yes. Always think in your favor. Yes. Hey, babe, travel. Oh, I just been on here about an hour, a little less than an hour. Not much. Well, yes, your relationships all starts with you. It's about who do you say that I am? Yes, babe, travel. Yes. Oh, yes, love and life. Yes. So you're like, what's the tea, babe, travel? Yeah, so we're saying that many of us have beliefs and many of us have wants, and they don't match, right? We say we want a certain type of relationship, but we believe the opposite about relationships, right? So we'll say we want, nurturing, we want committed, faithful, loyal, honest, right? We want those to be financially stable, all of that good stuff, right? But some of us believe, right, that, men just don't know how to show up. They're generally cheaters and liars. And then we have people to believe that women, they're manipulators, they're gold diggers. They only want men for their money. They only want certain type of man, and men think that, women think that men only want certain type of women, right? If those are your beliefs, but you're saying you want this, it's impossible to bring it to yourself. As Kevin reminds us, right? You can't experience anything outside of your belief. You can't go beyond your belief. So guess what you have to do? You have to change what you believe to be true about relationships. So what do you have to change? Your self-concept. You have to do a self-assessment of your thoughts, of what you truly believe to be true. And all you got to do is look at the type of relationships you've had. They'll tell you what you believe. All you got to do is look at the relationships, the type of men and women you've been drawing into your experience. They show you what you really believe about relationships. You believe relationships are struggling hard, take too much work, instead of easy breezy, fresh and squeezy. That's how I see relationships. Easy breezy, fresh and squeezy. But that comes with knowing who you are and loving you. See, when you love you, everybody gonna love you. Who not gonna love you when you love you? When you operate in who you say you are, you could care less what somebody else think. Even if they don't see it the way you see it, be like, what's wrong with them? They can't see they don't see all this. There's something wrong with them. Don't ever think there's something wrong with you. Don't ever accept an opinion that doesn't match your alignment and your truth. You deny. And how do you deny? By affirming. When you affirm the truth, you automatically deny the lie or the story or the other narrative. Because as we learned, there's no such thing as fiction, right? What's true for you is true for you and may not be true for nobody else but you. So we have to intentionally change our thoughts towards ourselves. Remove the old programming. Yes, Rain. Yes. Yep. Reprogramming those beliefs. Yep. say Carrie Williams has a joke about them. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Felipe. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Rain, you can. Say change the mindset and everyone falls in line or falls out of your way. I know that's right. Yes, Elizabeth. Yes. Yep. It does work. Most definitely. Hello, Rain.
Hi, Toyia.
I know, right, Mariah? How you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing great.
Good. So I do have a question for you that I would really like for you to talk about. But I did just want to give some advice to Mariah. She had mentioned something earlier about, how can you change the past on, things that maybe your parents might have said to you, or maybe not just even parents, friends and stuff like that. So I'm currently reading a book called, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath, but I'm currently reading a book. It's called Manifesting Love from the Inside Out. And I'm going to put her name in the chat because her name is Tammy, but I'll put her name in the chat. And then Toyia, you got me over here reading 3 books. I'm also reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind and Feeling is the Secret. So I'm still shuffling in between the 3, but I think if you are trying to manifest your soulmate, husband, wife, whatever, I do think that this manifesting love from the inside out will help. Now, in one of the chapters, I'm only on chapter 7, but in one of the chapters, she talks about before you begin to manifest love, you have to look within yourself and examine the first relationships that you had as a human being. And that was with your parents or whoever raised you. And you have to look at what kind of relationship that was, because that relationship sets the standards for all of your relationships. And it also sets the standards for how you talk to yourself. So that's one thing that I noticed. So I'm Nigerian. For a lot of people that know, well, a lot of African parents are very, very strict. And they can also say some condescending things to their kids, but we just see it as, that's how African parents are. But those things stick to you. And so one thing that I've been doing is when I wake up in the morning, I put it in the chat, I've started to wake up and say loving things to myself, because when I started following your page and you said you have to pay attention to your thoughts, because we're always thinking, and in the background, I'm saying condescending things to myself and wondering, oh, why am I always so depressed? Why do I have low self-esteem? Well, even though nobody is saying anything negatively to me physically, those are the things that I'm saying to myself spiritually. Yes. So I've really started to pay attention to my thoughts and show myself kindness, show myself forgiveness, and tell myself I am a well of unconditional love. I pour that into myself. So, yeah, and just a quick example, this morning when I was getting ready for work, I was pouring some water, and I spilled a little bit. Normally, I would have said you're so stupid. But the first thing that came to my mind was, it's okay. and I cleaned it up. So I know that might seem like minute, but I remember like growing up, like if you maybe like broke a plate or something in the house or spilled something, you're getting like yelled at like it's the end of the world. And so that can just like trigger those like subconscious thoughts of, always belittling yourself and things like that. So if you could please help Mariah and I out on other ways that we can, I guess, reprogram our minds from the things that our very first relationships have, taught us. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Most certainly. Thank you for coming up. Yes, yes. Hey, Miss Millionaire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when you're looking to basically let go of your past, your experiences as a child, as a young adult, those things that our families has conditioned us to believe, especially those that, were harsh, when it came to making mistakes, right? Because we call them mistakes, but they're really not mistakes, they're experiences, right? So it's really all about reframing what you experienced as a child, right? And I believe, and I know this to be true, that the first step is to, as difficult as it may be, and it's not difficult, but you may tell yourself it's difficult, but we have to stop saying things are difficult and say things that start telling ourselves that things are easy, right? We have to start telling ourselves, okay, in order for me to move from this state to this state, I have to believe that it's light and easy. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly of heart, and I shall give thee rest unto your souls, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So when it comes to forgiveness, you want to be empathetic. You want to be compassionate. You want to look at it from being the other person's shoes, right? So you want to be in the shoes of your parents or your family that you felt may have hurt you or harmed you or traumatized you in any type of way, right? And understand that they were just repeating a cycle. This is how they this is how they were raised. And then their parents raised their parents that, right? So it was just generational, right? Generational. This is how our families just raise children, right? We thought that if you spared the rod, you spoiled the child, right? We felt like, if you didn't discipline them in a certain way, then they wouldn't appreciate things in life, right? And yeah, some parents even felt they had to be competitive with their children as well, right? So you have to come from be loving towards the parents and understand that, they were only doing what they were trained to do, what they were programmed. Because just like you were programmed, they were programmed, right? Thank you, Sierra. So that's what you have to remind yourself. If I was programmed and this is the programming I got, then so were my parents, and so were their parents, and so were their parents, and so were, right? Because this is generational. We all just doing what we saw growing up. Everyone is just passing down their beliefs, their programming, their conditioning down to the next generation. But guess what? It now stops with you. You get to change it. You get to redefine what it means to be a parent now if you decide to be one, right? You get to rear your children from a different perspective, from the loving, understanding perspective, right? You no longer have to continue that conditioning and keep it going on. You get to change it. And the best way to be able to forgive is to be able to see it from their perspective. Empathy is required. You're going to have to be empathetic towards them. And as Rain says, in the morning she gets up and she's pouring into herself. Also do it at night. Do it right before bed. Tell yourself how awesome you are. The now you plant today, that seed you plant now will bloom in the day, right? So how you go to bed at night will how you will arise the next day. So at night, pour into yourself. Read, the Song of Solomon. Read, some of the Psalms. Read some of your own affirmations or whatever builds you up and makes you feel good about you before you go to bed. Pour that into yourself. So do it at night and when you wake up in the day, right? And even when you think about it during the course of the day, remind yourself. But this is how you start to reprogram yourself. But forgiveness is key. Forgiveness is key. Yes, Kevin, you want to come up? You can. Hey, Carl, welcome. You said you want to download the book? Okay. Which book is that, Lyric? Hey, the book that Rain referred us to? Okay. Oh, welcome, Sierra. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Now you can change that statement. Change the statement that this information is coming easily and swiftly. Yep, they've done the best they could do. Oh, do you, Sierra? Oh, okay. So you also teach this? Okay, I'll follow back. And then hopefully I can catch you on live as well. Oh well, now you get to create your own story, right, Mariah? You get to create your own story. Yes. Hello, Prosperity. That's my daughter. Hey. Okay, I'm going to break them up. I just want to go through these comments first. Oh, you're welcome, Rain. Hello, Holly. Welcome. Yes, Lyric. Yes. Hello, Luna. Welcome. No longer victim mindset. Exactly. Yes, he's still on. I'm bringing him up now. Hello, Kevin. Kevin.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I just wanted to respond to the last person that came up when because I understand her struggle because I myself struggle with the same thing, and a lot of your audience may also be dealing with their own private struggle of how to reprogram their mind to the things that they want, not to the things that they don't want. I spoke about from the book what to say when you talk to yourself. In that book, it talks about your outer ear and your inner ear, because that's how you get programmed. Your outer ear programs, but your inner ear does the bulk or lands differently than the outer ear, the information. And the way You're not, I don't want to use the word trick, but to use your words for your benefit. One way to do that is to record yourself saying, I'm lovely. I let go of things very easily. I don't hold nothing against anyone. I forgive myself for not forgiving others. I forgive myself for not forgiving me. I love me. I love the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I sing. I don't care if you can't sing a note. Love the way you sing. Now, it's going to sound, well, to me, it sounded a little crazy when I heard myself, play back to myself. I was like, I don't sound like that. That's because we hear our voice, our voice with our outward ear. But that also is a way of programming you. So if you record all the things you want, I'm so happy I have fill in the blank. I'm so excited that I have fill in the blank. I am so thankful that such and such, the way I see them fill in the blank. And just play that back. At night before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, throughout the day, play it. Because you're programming your subconscious. Your subconscious ain't judgmental. Your subconscious is accustomed to thinking and hearing your voice.
Right.
So where it's coming from, the subconscious says, oh, I recognize that voice, and that voice wants me to do, oh, okay, I got it now. Oh, let me get to work.
Yes.
So record your voice. Whether it's, you want more money, you want a specific dollar amount, you want all your debt paid off, whatever it is. Record it and then play it back to you. Have it handy. Keep it in your phone where you can listen to it all the time. And it's okay if you fall asleep at night or take a cat nap while listening to yourself, because your subconscious doesn't sleep.
Yes.
It literally doesn't sleep. It's always on the alert. So that's all I wanted to say. But everything I wanted to co-sign, everything you showed her was absolutely true. How I found forgiveness when I didn't want to, I'm being honest, being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want to forgive someone or people who had wronged me in whatever way that I thought that they wronged me. I didn't want to forgive them. Mm-hmm. So what I told myself that it's hard to forgive them. Mm-hmm. And guess what?
It was hard.
Oh my gosh. Tenfold. I would not let that thing go. Even when they died.
Mm.
Even when they died, I wouldn't let it go. And it was still true to me. I still felt the pain of that. It was like I woke them up or they came back from the dead and did it to me right then and there.
Mm. Yeah.
I know I can't be the only one that did that.
No, you're not. We all that forgiveness. Yes, but it's required though.
It is absolutely required. It's the conditional scripture. Yep. You know how you can love unconditionally? When that one is conditional.
Yep.
It's conditional. And sometimes you're like, Well, you can be stubborn and say, well, I guess I ain't getting forgiveness. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, you, it's one day you're going to need forgiveness, so
Oh,
might as well
yes.
go ahead and get it together, cause
But you can't get to the next level without it.
you're right, right. Yes,
You
it
cannot.
is required.
Yeah, you can't get to the next. Well, you can't. You're blocking your blessing.
Yep.
You're blocking your blessing, and your blessing is way more beneficial to you
Yes.
than not forgiving.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see, the flesh wants to say, don't forgive them. You know what they did. You know
Hmm.
what they did. You know, they're going to pay for this. They're going to pay
Yep.
for this. Just wait. Karma is going to get them.
Yep.
But what
Yep.
about the karma that has you?
Yep. And the thing is that I just know that most people see forgiveness from the world standpoint, and that's not
Yeah,
forgiveness.
that's not
Forgiveness
forgiveness.
is not from the world standpoint. The
No, it's
world will
not.
tell you got to apologize and got to be sorry. We
No.
don't live in condemnation to
Nope.
those in a higher mind.
Nope.
There is no regret. There is no remorse. There is
Right.
no shame, and there is no guilt when you're in Christ consciousness.
Correct.
Forgiveness means to let it go, to
Forget
forget
it.
about it, and give
To
forth.
act as if it never happened.
Yes.
And honestly, the truth is, it didn't.
Yep.
How
Yes,
can
baby
you
travel.
remember something that didn't happen?
Yep.
Right? Can
Yep.
you remember something that did not happen? No, you can't, because it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But I get it. That's the part that they're like, well, what you mean it didn't happen? Of course it happened. I can tell you everything that took place.
That's the flesh.
Right.
That's the flesh. That's the stenographer of the flesh can tell you every detail.
But that's because you're being held in a state that you no longer want to be stuck in.
Correct.
Now you're Lot's wife. I did a video on that. Are you a Lot's wife?
Mm-hmm.
Lot's wife could not move
Couldn't let it
into
go.
the state of abundance. Why?
She wouldn't forget.
Because she kept looking back at her old baggage. She wouldn't let it go. So what happened? She became a pillar of salt, preserved in her dead past, and she got left behind. Lot got to enter the new state, and she was left right there.
She's a pillar of salt. And what does salt do? It's a preservative.
Exactly.
That's how you preserve the old state.
Yep. Yep. Yes. Forgiveness is not for you, it's for the other person. It can be extremely healing. Yes.
Freeing.
It's freeing.
Yeah, because unforgiveness puts you in bondage to that thing that you're not forgiving.
You're giving your power to the experience.
Yep. I just text that in the chat. I don't know if it came through, but I just I just put that in the chat that you're giving your power away. Right? If you have a trigger, I have another Kevinism.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I say when we let ourselves be ruled by the emotions. Yep. That's it. Yep, unforgiveness will cause dis-ease in the body and mind. Yes, because everything starts in the mind. Everything. The body is a reflection of the mind.
Yep. And when you get it, when you really understand that, I mean, you're really taking the scales off of your eyes. You can really see. Well, you can really walk in the understanding of that. There's so much to you. Now, just because you wake up doesn't mean that you're all knowing at that moment. You have to give yourself grace. You got to give yourself time to grow. And
Yeah.
those little things, Paul said you die daily.
Yep. Here a little, there a little.
Right. Right. So, learn to be, chill
That's why
out.
we want to start with forgiving self first, and then you can
Sure.
go and forgive others. Once you can forgive you, right?
Yep. It
And
makes it
then,
easier, yep, to forgive others.
yep,
That's what love does.
yep.
That's why it's so important that you love yourself the right way. When I say love yourself, I'm not saying go get your nails done, go get your hairs done, go
All
go
the
to a spa
external stuff,
day.
right?
That's not where I'm at.
Mm-mm.
Your mind,
Mm-hmm.
your mind.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, somebody, Elizabeth just said some forgiveness will cause dis-ease in the body and mind. That is absolutely, positively, definitely a truth.
Thank you, Pastor. Pastor said tap that screen. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we on there 11. What happened?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. 11K. The easy way.
We almost had 80,000 last night. I stopped at 79,000, something a little over 79,000.
Right. Yes, I like that cheer one. Cheer one said, forgive what though? I am the creator. They don't
Right.
have free will. So change my perception. Yep. Change my mind. Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Give forth. That's why I said forgive just means to forget. Forget. That's all it means.
Mhm.
And then give forth that what you would like. You got to give that what you would like to receive in return. So if you want to receive love, you must be loving. Compassion, you must be compassionate. You want kind, you got to be kind.
Yes.
You got to be understanding. You got to be in harmony with all things around you. This is who you are. This is who you are to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's why I don't talk about going back and doing no inner work and doing no inner child and all that and going back talking about when you go back digging up stuff, you're going to be forever going back digging up stuff. We don't go back. Any man that puts his hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom.
Amen.
Don't look back. You're preserved in that past. You're digging up dead man's bones. Why? Let the dead bury the dead. Keep it there where it's at. But all you doing is bringing the past to the present. Because you're talking about it now. So it's no longer the past now. It's present. Because you brought it up. You keep talking about it. You're giving it life. You resurrected it.
Because you have the power to do that. Look, learn to understand your true power. There is no someone's trying to impose their will on you. No. The only will that there is yours.
Yep.
Oh, this is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful walk.
Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, Rashi. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Yep. Because there is no past. You only have now. So it's your thoughts that you're thinking now, you're creating. Remember, you're the only thinker in your reality. In the past, you really don't remember it all that well anyway. It's a vague memory. It's not really, you're not remembering as it actually happened. You're remembering the way you felt about it.
Yes.
Because if you had no thoughts about it, you couldn't feel no way about it. So stop thinking about it, then you wouldn't have feel no way about it. But because you're thinking about it, you're creating feelings about it.
You're doing some good teaching, Toya.
Feelings don't come up on their own. You can take any subject that you have absolutely no thoughts about. Guess what? You're not going to have any feelings about it either.
And truly, the only feelings that does matter are yours.
Exactly. If you thought differently about it, you have different feelings about it.
Amen.
That's why we tell you to change your mind.
Say that again for the people in the back.
That's why I tell you, your feelings don't matter.
No, they don't.
Change your thoughts. Then everything else falls in line.
Because
everything else falls in line when you change your mind about it.
It has to. It's the law.
Yes.
That's how it works. That's how everything works. You're not going to be the first one to break the law.
Oh, thank you, Pastor.
You're going to confirm it.
Yeah. But I'm just a mirror, right? I'm just reminding you of you, right? I'm just here reminding you of who you are, right? We all know this. We just forget.
Yep.
And so I'm just the reminder. I'm just the mirror. Leading you back to you. New desires. Yes. Beautiful. And then just hold on to that, Mariah, and just continue to persist in the state you want to experience. Yep. Change the way you look at it. You changed the situation.
My grandmother used to say, you change your town, you change your luck. Now, she used to say that when I was a little kid, so I had no idea what she was talking about. I thought she meant that I had to get up, move to another place.
Right.
And then I have different luck. She was talking about your mind.
Yep.
You change the way you think about it, you change the reality of it. Because our perspective is our reality.
Yep.
I just came on to listen tonight. I didn't plan on.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I enjoy being taught or listening to others just as much as I enjoy speaking.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I don't have to be the center of anybody's attention but my own, you know. And actually, I learn more as a teacher than I feel the student gets from me teaching.
Yep, same here.
Because it also reminds me. And I need to be reminded sometime even from me.
Yep, the message is always first to the messenger, right?
Amen. Amen.
Yep. Ooh, yes, cheer wine. The past is neutral until you give it meaning. So give
who said
good
that?
meaning. Cheer wine. Yes.
Yeah, the present is meaningless until you give it meaning.
Yep.
It's meaningless until you give it meaning, whatever that meaning is to you.
Yeah, so Pastor Jesse said what you believe becomes your reality.
Yep.
And so Rain and Mariah are saying expand on that. Well, you can only see what you believe. Like, right?
Right.
You can only see what you believe. You can't see something you don't already accept as true.
Correct.
You're only seeing what you accept as true.
Right. No one can go beyond their belief. It's literally impossible. I gave the example of someone who jumps out of an airplane. Now, the person that jumps, they prepare their own parachute. That's not something they got a servant and they take care of it. When it's the life in somebody's hands, you want it in your hands, and you want to know that you prepared that parachute properly. Now, you may have been jumping from an airplane, I don't know, 10 years. You're very experienced. You do tandem jumps where you let somebody go with you and you're on their back as they experience a jump with you. But let's say you had a dream that for some reason your parachute, when you jump, on your next jump, your parachute was not going to open. Call it a gut feeling, call it intuition, call it a dream or a nightmare you had, but you felt like that. You can't explain it. Logically, you can't. And so, well, I know it's going to open because I was the one impacted, but you saw that parachute in your mind not opening and you fall into the ground and dying. Even though you've been jumping for years and never had an incident. Do you jump?
Nope.
Why?
Because of the belief.
You cannot get past your belief.
Mm-hmm.
And what if I've been jumping with you all that time? And we're going up in the airplane and we get ready and you get ready to go and you tell me, look, Kevin, you go ahead on, I'm not going on this jump with you. I'm like, what? What's wrong? You sick? No, I feel fine. Well, put that parachute on. Come on, we do this all the time. Well, I'm not doing it this time. Why? And I can't explain it. Well, you think the parachute's not going to open? Yeah, I think it's not going to open. You're crazy. Well, take mine. Well, that might be the very one that won't open. You cannot go beyond your belief. You can't.
Nope.
Your belief is what governs your actions.
Yep. Lorraine said, do y'all know about the boxer who had a dream he killed his opponent? No, I never heard that story, Rain.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
I follow boxing. I love boxing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Toasty Champagne. So as a biracial people assume I'm not black. It's cute. Hey, it's whatever you identify as, right? It's whatever you identify as.
I get that sometimes too, Toyia, because both my parents are African American, but I'm light complexion.
Mm-hmm.
And I had I was in an appointment. I do in-home sales.
Okay.
And I was sitting in front of the husband and wife, and I was going over my product with them. In the middle of the conversation, she said, what are you? And I was like, huh? Because it caught me off guard. She said, what are you? I said, I'm sorry, I don't follow what I don't understand the question. She said, what are you white? Are you Hispanic? You black? What? I said, I'm sorry, I missed the part where it's relevant.
Right. Right. Oh, Rain wants you to talk about the boxer that had the dream.
I think it was Macho Camacho was his guy name, his stage name.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. It's been so long ago, decades ago actually. His son now box, but was it? I don't remember. Was it him that died, or did he kill someone else? But yes, in the interview, he had a dream about it.
Mm,
And it was never his intention, to unalive his opponent.
right,
But as he saw it, it manifested,
right.
unfortunately.
Wow. And so he didn't accept the dream. He just went on ahead and had to fight.
Yeah, he went. Well, it was already booked, and he was, he was supposed to fight his opponent, and he killed his opponent in the ring.
Oh, she said that he declined it, but it was too late to decline it.
Right.
But he did try to get out of it.
Yeah, he contracted. Yep, he contracted for the fight, so he had to do it.
Wow, he said it happened exactly as he saw it in the dream. Wow. Wow.
But you can take from that. Look how powerful we are.
Yep.
Look how powerful we are. When my aunt was shot on the two occasions where she shot, the first time she was shot, the second time she was shot, she died on the operating table. But her mom, my grandmother, saw it and told her, had a premonition and told her about the incident. And it happened just the way my grandmother saw it.
So do you believe that dreams, our visions are set in stone? Do we have the power to revise them?
I believe we have the power to do whatever we believe we can do.
Yeah, so we don't have to accept dreams that we don't feel that are.
If I had a dream that I had $10 million, check in the mail, I'm taking that dream.
Right.
I ain't revising nothing.
Right. Right.
If anything, I get up and start dancing.
I know, right? Right. That's what you hear about the lottery winners. A lot of them be having dreams, premonitions, as they call them. That they had dreams, or they hear a voice or whatever telling them, this they day. It's time to cash in.
Because there is nothing new under the sun.
Right.
And yes, your higher self knows exactly what's going to happen based on your belief. Even when we get things that sickness, your sickness occurs is the outward body reflecting what's going on in the mind. This ease, whatever it happens to be, it reflects what's going on in the mind. And I've talked to many people who have been miraculously cured because they changed the way they saw the illness.
Yes.
In their mind. And when they did go to the doctor for a examination, all the doctors did was confirm that it was gone. It's no longer on X-ray. It's not there.
Right.
That's how powerful our mind is.
Yeah.
Well, you cannot break the law. You can only confirm it. I dare you try. You try with something small, which is what others may consider insignificant. Or you can try with something big. I always wanted fill in the blank. I see myself having it. I remember the last car I bought. I wanted an SUV. I don't know why. I just wanted one, and I already picked out in my mind what it was going to be. I already picked out in my mind what color it was going to be. Whether they're going to have tinted windows, leather seats, all this kind of stuff. And I also said I wanted to last for a very, 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 very long time and still look new. And yes, that's exactly what it is. I got, I guess, 330,000 miles on it,
Oh, wow.
and it looks new. It doesn't show any wear and tear except the odometer. I mean, and I negotiated a deal with the dealership where I get unlimited oil changes.
Nice.
So every 5,000 miles, over 330,000 miles, I got free oil change and free filter. That
Nice.
in itself pay for
Right.
practically pay for the vehicle.
Right. Right.
Well, I'm not saying that to impress you about me, but impress upon you the actual power that you have, the control over what happened and what doesn't happen. I can tell, yeah, I can give me a little time with anybody, and I don't have to interact with a whole lot of conversations and pepper them with a lot of questions. I just look, just observe, and I can tell you exactly what they think. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Because they're only confirming the law.
Always. Yep. And so Rain asking me, say, Toya, you mentioned if we have the desire for marriage, it's because it already exists. Exactly. What you're desiring is desiring you, Rain. Everything that you desire already exists. Creation is finished. And the moment you asked, you were answered. And the answer is always yes. Always yes. And say, Deniza, I understand. I just tell myself I am healed, but it's been the hardest thing to believe because it's physical. Okay, now we have to start telling ourselves that it's the easiest thing to believe.
Yep.
You keep giving thanks for the healing. All right, we have to, I know you think because you're not seeing any evidence of it that you think it's not already done, but it's already done. It's done. You just need the 3D to catch up to the spirit. Because the moment you asked, as I said just a few moments ago, the moment you declared healing, it was done. The moment you spoke the word, it was done.
Yep.
Now you just keep giving thanks for the healing. You just keep giving thanks. That's all you do.
She can hold up for that because I remember there was a time when I wasn't healed. There was a time when I didn't have any healing. Now I'm so much better than I was before, and it keeps doing it. Keeps getting. Look at it happening. Yeah, because you can't break that law. You can only confirm it. You have whatever thoughts you hold in your head. You have, and just like you said, it's the hardest thing. To you, it is.
Yeah. Yep. You have to train your mind to accept the healing. Did you have anything else, Kevin? And I can let you down, see if someone else wants to come up.
Yes, let me down.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome
Always
so much.
enjoy you.
I always enjoy you. It's like you coming on to this place.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yep. Thoughts are physical. Body, people, things express it. Yes. Yes. Everything was first a thought. Then it became visible, right? Things that appear were made by things that we cannot see, right? What can we not see? We cannot see thought. We cannot see a thought. We see the nature of the thought. Say on yesterday's live, the speaker you had on was emphasizing how emotions and thoughts need to match. Well, he was saying the emotions and the intellect become love and wisdom in a matured through the spiritual maturity. But remember, emotions are thoughts, because emotions or feelings are things. The cause is always mental. Cause is mental. All is mind. Yes, thoughts express emotions. Or emotions express thoughts, right? No, I said that emotions don't matter. I say the third dimension hasn't caught up. Your physical reality hasn't caught up to the spiritual. But your emotions are a byproduct of thought. Because if you didn't have thoughts about a thing, you couldn't have feelings about it. Remember, emotions are just energy in motion. And it's just, you're defining a thing by your thoughts. And you're telling yourself, I feel this way because I think this way. You think you're thinking this way because of your feelings, but in actuality, you're feeling this way because of your thoughts. Because if you didn't have a thought about it, you couldn't feel any way about it. There's subjects that you have absolutely no feelings about because you actually have no thoughts about them. You really don't know anything about the subject, so then you really don't feel anything about the subject. Yes, emotions come from thought. Thought is first, everything else is secondary. Yes, the mind is the cause. Consciousness, your awareness of being is the cause. Your thoughts. Yep, what a person thinks can play a role on how they feel, and they can play a role on what they do. Right. Here's the thing. You always act from your beliefs. And what are beliefs? Thoughts that you keep thinking over and over again, right? So every behavior is based from, the cause is always mental. Anything you do, you have to first think about it. It doesn't matter what you do, you first thought about it, right? Even if the thinking seems to be automatic, right? Like, you only have to think about certain activities you do during the day because they're like on autopilot, right? But just know it was first a thought, then it became an action. That's why we always say you want to be the person, because once you recognize you already are the person, you naturally will do whatever that person is, right? So if you believe that you're an abundant person, you're naturally going to express wealth, and your finances are going to be stable, and you're going to have an overflow, and you're going to always get what you want financially, because you understand that there's infinite abundance and you can never experience lack. But those who believe in lack, they find it difficult to bring money into their experience. They're always like living paycheck to paycheck and always struggling to make ends meet, because that's their mindset. They believe money is hard to come by. So even if they do get money, they think they have to work for it. And even the working that they do, it has to be a struggle. It has to be hard. It has to be a strain. They have to grind for it. Because you always experience your belief. And so you can say you want to get money just for being, but if you believe that the only way you can get money is that you have to work for it, your subconscious is going to say, oh, the boss wants to work for this. And so then you find yourself working for your money, as opposed to, oh, money just comes to me easily, effortlessly, from seen and unseen ways. And it's effortless. I don't work for money. Love and Life, you want to come up? I can bring you up. Because everything in our life is a relationship, right? Our relationship to money, our relationship to others, our relationship with health. It's all about it's always about your self-concept, because there is no other, right? There's only you. Everyone is just playing the role you gave them. Remember, thoughts are things. When you focus thought, you are creating your conditions of life. Yes. Yes. It's what you give your attention to. That's what you're creating. Your thoughts. What are you thinking about? Because that's what you're creating. What do you believe about relationships? Yes, Luna. That's what infidelity starts in the mind, right? That's what infidelity starts. You thought about it way before you committed the act, right? That was what the scripture in the Bible, when it says that when it talked about adultery, right? And he said the moment that you lusted after the woman in your heart was the moment you committed adultery. The moment it entered your mind was the moment you committed the act. That's how scripture is always reminding you, everything first starts in the mind. Everything. But you don't have to experience these things if you change your concept. Once you change your self-concept and you operate from the state of love, see, love doesn't hurt, right? So when you love you, you're not going to, then nothing can hurt you, right? Because love doesn't hurt. Where are you, April? So when you, right, love protects all. Love endures. Love believes all. Love hopes. Love never fails. So when you love you, you don't have to worry about anyone doing anything, quote unquote, bad to you. Because what's bad, right? What's negative? You're defining it. You're judging it. But when you operate from love, you don't have to worry about that. Right. It's your thoughts that are creative, Luna. It's always your thoughts. It's your thoughts. It's what you believe to be true. That's why I said you have to do a self-assessment of what you believe, right? Pay attention. And the self-assessment is not judging it, right? It's not criticizing or condemning it. It's just paying attention. What do I really believe about relationships? Do I believe in general that men or women cheat? Do I believe that men or women lie when it comes to relationship? They'll be dishonest, right? Do I believe that they're unfaithful, difficult to commit, right? Do I generally believe that about relationships? Because if that's what you believe about relationships, that's what you're going to experience in your relationships. That's why I say most people have a double-minded. They're double-minded. They say they want this, but they believe that. That's why what you want needs to be married to what you believe. So if you're desiring committed, faithful, honest, trustworthy relationship, but you believe because That's all you've seen in your family, your parents, your grandparents, your friends. Everybody's relationship is a struggle. Everybody's relationship is hard. Everybody's relationship, it's always something. Is if that's your belief, then that's what you're going to manifest. That's why it's not about what's going on out there. It's about what's going on within here. Yes, 15K. Yes, thank you, guys. It's all about what you're thinking. It's your thoughts that you're experiencing. No one else's. You're the only thinker. That's the only creator in your reality. And when we say creator, it means you're making your thoughts visible so you can experience your beliefs. So you want to change the concept. You want to say, no, relationships are easy. Of course, I'm a faithful, committed, honest person. Of course, I'm going to draw that to me. That's law. I'm always going to draw me to me. Like attracts like. I'm loving, I'm committed, I'm faithful, I'm loyal, I'm honest. Of course, my partner is going to reflect that. It would be impossible for them not to. Yes, thoughts are the creator. Remember, I always say the creative power in man is the mind. All is mental. Manifestations are the expressions of the creator, right? Manifestations are your thoughts made visible. That's what manifestation is. That's why you've always been doing it. This is not a new concept. You have always been manifesting because your thoughts has always been made visible. You've always been experiencing your beliefs. Always. There's never been a time you haven't been experiencing your beliefs. Did you know it? No, you weren't aware of it. You unknowingly, unwisely, unwittingly, you didn't know thoughts turn to things. You didn't know it was your imagination. On some level you did. On some level you were aware that, I imagined that and then it happened. Oh my. But you compartmentalized it and you thought, that was just for that particular thing. No, it's for everything. Because a lot of the beliefs we hold didn't come from us, right? They came from our environment. But guess what? It came from you because you are your environment. You are the I am. We think we had nothing to do with this matrix or simulation. You created the simulation because you are the I am. You manifested the duality because you are the I am. Yes, I am reframing negative thinking. Oh, you're welcome. It never puts more on you than you can bear, right? It's all just an experience. It does not define you. You are the I am, Mariah, and you have the power to change it. Never forget that. You have the power. You and God are not separate. There's only God. There's not you and God, it's you as God. I am manifested in the flesh. Great is the mystery. God manifested in the flesh. You are I am. Have I not said ye are gods? For the experience. It's all for the experience, Deniza. All for the experience. You said, well, I am a cautionary tale. And here's the thing, you get to reframe it. You get to rename it. Adam, he told Adam, whatever you call it, whatever you name it, that's what it shall be called. Adam represents all of mankind. Adam represents all humankind. You are Adam. Whatever you name it, that's what it shall be called. So name it something different. Call it something different. This is your world. It's your world. Tell a different story. Write a different script. You don't like it, change it. You don't have to accept it. That's the power of the I am. The power to change your mind. Thoughts, though invisible, is the action. It's the movement of the mind. Yes. Yes, prosperity. Thought is the movement of the mind, and then the invisible becomes visible. Things that are seen are not made of things which do appear. You absolutely have no idea how the thing is going to come into your experience. That's the mystery of divine mind. You never know the how. For divine mind's ways are not your ways. His thoughts are not your thoughts. Hey, Aaron. Oh, wow. Yes, yes, Aaron. Yes, love that. Yes, yes. Yep. So you don't know how and you don't need to know how, right? Because it's already done. Everything you're thinking already exists. You're just choosing. You're in a world of that's a buffet. And you get to select. You're the selector. And you get to say, I'll have that, please. I'll have that, please. Through your beliefs, Mariah, you have beliefs. Your beliefs are choosing for you. That's why you need to change how you think. You have to change your thoughts. You have beliefs and you're experiencing your beliefs. We all are. I know, right? Right? She said, so we have to take accountability for our beliefs and thoughts. I low-key hate that. But it's okay. Because we all do. This is the law of life. The law of life is the law of belief. It's your assumptions about a thing. And the thing is, once you recognize that it's your thoughts that create, now you get to what? Change them. You don't have to keep thinking the same way. Yep. Yes, you can, Mariah. You've been telling us. You've been imagining the state of life you want to experience. You've been telling us about the condo and the car and the job. You most certainly can imagine it. You've been imagining. You've told us over and over again. You just have to remember to persist. You got to stop walking back. You got to stop looking back, because you most certainly can imagine it. So yeah, before LOA, you are almost slave to your thoughts. Yep. Thinking you don't have a way out. Yep. The way in is the way out. The way in is the way out. Go within and you'll always find your way out. Yes, and you can have your ideal. Hey, 11, welcome. Yes, and the ring. Hey, say, it's just about what we think. It then becomes what we see. Exactly. We're doing great. How are you, 11? It really is. What do you say? What do you believe? Right? Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. Your speech and your thought need to marry one another. They need to become one. We think one thing and then we speak another. So I felt comfortable and confident and saw myself passing that exam. I took it more than once. That's okay. That's okay. That is okay, Luna. You got the end result, and that's all that matters. You passed that test. We're just so happy for you. It's amazing. Because I know that was your desire, and you manifested it. You've passed it. You have to talk, speak those things that be not as though they were. Right? You got to be consistent and keep reminding yourself, Yep. Letting that old story dissolve. Because now that you've passed it, right? That's what you think from. Now that I was like, like, I remember when I used to talk about wanting to pass that test. Woo! Look, I passed the test. I remember when I used to, I thought this was going to be difficult, but it ended up being easy. Look at this. That's all I talked about was passing that test. And now look at it. Flying colors. Yes. Right. You wanted to be a tape recorder and play the new. That's all. Put record a new message and play that. That's it, right? Throw the old tape away and record the new one. The thing is, you have to put in your mind that the old story no longer exists. It doesn't exist. How can I talk about something that never happened? It never happened. How could I be telling someone about something that never took place? That's okay, 11. Are you saying you're being a little impatient? It's just all about living in the now, right? Recognizing that you already have it. Because you do. And it's about living there in your mind, right? And that's the part that we have to practice. Because for so long, we have been letting the senses dictate, right? For so long, we operated from the five senses. Now you're a man of faith. And so now where you have to operate from the mind. Now you walk by faith and not by sight. Yep. A doubting mind will always be stagnant. Yep. You can't. Yep. Can't go anywhere because that's being indecisive, right? Once you make a decision, stay with the decision and don't waver. Don't move to the left, don't move to the right. Stand firm in your decision, regardless of what's happening out there, because there is no out there. There's only in here. Out there is just a shadow. Once you impress that subconscious, that the thing you asked for already exists, it's already yours, it's already done. That's the only reason why you're desiring it, because you already have it. You would not have sought me if you had not already found me. You can't ask for something that does not exist. Let's just put it like that, right? You can't ask for something that doesn't exist. Impossible. Impossible. Impossible, says the French. Impossible. 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 You cannot ask for something that does not already exist. Impossible. Exactly. Hey, Megan. Megan's back. Hey. Je ne sais pas français. Je ne sais pas français. Un peu. Je ne sais, yeah. I don't speak French very well, but I did take 3 years of it in high school. I only know a little bit. Mon anniversaire 10 décembre. What did I say? Mon anniversaire 10 décembre. So you know, you did too, Megan. My birthday is December 10th. Mon anniversaire 10 décembre. Yes, yes, thank you. Yes, Aaron. Oh, you speak French? Yeah, I know the accent isn't good, and I only know a little bit. So here's another one that I know a little bit of, Aaron. Claretil. Am I saying it right? Claretil? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Oh, thank you. What time is it? Je m'appelle Amanda. Je m'appelle Amanda. Je m'appelle Toyia. Je m'appelle Toyia. Yeah, I know a little bit. I know, right? Oh, you say you got a D in French faith? Right, right. I know I was probably mispronouncing it, but that's our Claretil. Yes, Calera Estil. Calera Estil. Okay, maybe I was forgetting the S part. Claire Estill. That's how I was remembering it in my mind. But again, it's been 30 years since I've been in high school, so you know. Oh, did you French literature in college? Okay, Mariah. All right. Yes. Oh, a Paris love story. All right, Aaron. Okay. Now you got to change that. Oh, your studying session was just wonderful. You've retained so much information. Everything is coming to you easily. From Martinique. Woo! Okay. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right. Have they, Megan? Yes. Oh, yes. So you got to be going to Paris soon. I heard that. Oh, that's how you learn French. Okay. Voulez-vous? I don't know what they be saying. So you went on with your day. Okay, okay. Oh, you're learning Italian? Okay, okay. Oh, that's what's up. Italian. Yes, yes. Their relatives, Italians and the Parisians and the French. Oh, to add on bon Professor Toy. Oh, I'm a good professor. Thank you. Thank you, Love and Life. Thank you. I'm a good teacher. Thank you. Right, right, Megan. Yes. So they brought the tea and the spice, huh? I know that's right. Oh, yes, yes. So we have any more questions regarding relationships? Right. I'm not really program what you want to program. So my SP has really been showing out this week. Revise. I heard that. Oh, I heard that. You do, Rain? Yes, yes. Yep, you do. Oh, you do. So are you saying you are very good loving life? Now I told you it's been 30 years, so I don't my French is very limited, especially talking about reading it. Woo! So I've been single for a year and have learned to not focus on what I do not want, right? You're right, exactly. Oh wow, I've revised. It's still been no contact, but I continue to affirm positive and loving things. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. And you know what, Aaron, the more you focus on you and you give all your attention to you, that's when that SP gonna pop right in. The moment you stop thinking about them and you just focus on you and you maybe go on a couple of other dates, watch that SP gonna find its way back to you. It's gonna When you're not thinking about them is when they appear. That's just how it goes. That's like all desires. When you drop it into the soil and you let it mature all on its own, you let that seed drop, and you go about and you just living your best life. That's when they come. That's when you see them. That's when they make their appearance. All the time. Oh, you said you're welcome. Okay. Thank you, love and life. Thank you for the translation. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yes, it really does. Yes, Aaron. Yes. SP is specific person. Luna, specific person. Oh, you say you haven't thought about them like that? Okay. Oh, it does feel like that sometime, Aaron. Yep. Oh, okay. You haven't been checking them out on social media, huh? Oh. What question? I didn't see your question, Mariah. You're gonna have to retype it. You must have said something a long time ago, because I don't see it. So yep, it works. Affirm, then go on with life. No waiting, no trying to change the outer. Right. Are you in mentorships for grants? Yes. Oh. It was petty, right. Well, if you say so. That's why even if I do think of them, I think lovingly and continue on my day. Yes. Yep, that's it. You are the prize. It's all about you and where you put your focus. But that's the key, to enjoy where you are. Enjoy what you're doing. Right? What are you giving your attention to, right? Just live your life. But you're not unrecognizable. Oh, yes. Yes. Same, Aaron, same. All right, it's just all about not accepting the things that happen as ways to define who you are. They're just things that happen. And once you can see through the hurt, when you can let go of the hurt and the pain, and you'll see them just as experiences, then you'll recognize that your healing was always there. It was always found within the love that's already present within you. But you got to put your focus there. You got to put your focus on loving you, accepting you just as you are, and you're enough. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You got to keep reminding yourself that. You got to keep telling yourself that. You got to keep pouring that. You got to keep allowing that part of you to be expressed. Right, because it's not up to you to do anything, Mariah. It's already done. You just have to trust. You just have to have faith. This is where faith is required. This is where you're going to have faith. You're going to have to be okay with not knowing what to do, because the how is not your work. You're going to have to trust that the infinite intelligence within you will lead you and guide you into your rightful place. But you're going to have to trust that. So I'm focused on my inner world being an environment of unconditional love, as within, so without. Yes, exactly. That's it. Yes, I am healed and I am a real estate agent. Exactly. No, you do not have to compromise. You can just say, life happened and it's okay, and I still got everything I desired. This path led me to something greater, better than I ever could have imagined. I got everything I desired and then some. I get it, because Mariah, you like all of us, we've been trained to be action oriented. We've been trained to, you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. But you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to do anything but believe that it's already done. This is where transforming of the mind comes from, to think differently. You've been thinking, and I know you've been thinking the way you've been thinking your whole entire life. Now it's time to think differently so you can experience the life you want, and you can keep it and sustain it and enjoy it. So you don't experience, so you never have to experience these things again. Because it's just the old thinking, the old beliefs, those old habitual thoughts, the believing that, these people had some type of power, had some type of authority. They held things against you. They thought negatively of you. They talked bad about you. You're letting all of that go. And you're no longer giving your attention to what happened. You're only going to give your attention to what you desire to have. And give thanks. You have to give thanks for the thing you cannot see, which is faith, is already being done. That's what faith is. Believing in something you cannot see physically. But where do you see it? In your mind. You've been seeing your life in your mind. You've been imagining it the whole time. And you just have to stay focused there. You have to persist. You say, like, it's crazy how I had my accomplishments in the past, but this moment, all of that staying. Say, with this awareness. Yes, I'm glad you've gotten so much better. Oh, say, with this awareness, I still have some doubts, but I'd rather assume the best versus what's realistic. Exactly. As they say, Delulu. Delulu is the Salulu, as they say, right? But here's the thing. Your imagination is what's real. That's what we have to recognize. What you're imagining is real. That's the only reality. Consciousness, imagination, awareness of being is the only reality. There is no other reality other than what's going on in your mind. You're still speaking in French, love and life. You know I don't know what you're saying. You said you wish I did a group Discord. Why do you want me to do a group Discord? Say, like, we're literally creating all of it, all or not. I revise so much of my experience now. Yes. So I know this is off topic, Toya. What country would you love to visit? I want to go to Turks and Caicos. Egypt, Thailand. Oh, thank you, Ema. Hey, Ema. I have a, as D Rich says, a fun list. Oh, did you? You said you heard from a different SP today. Look at you. Say, Vala Lewis, welcome, welcome. Say, there's such things as visions. I don't create visions, but dreams. Okay. Oh, that was Spanish. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't know what you were saying there, Love and Life. Sometimes I imagine a huge bouquet of flowers for my man in my kitchen. Ooh, yes, yes. What's the difference between daydreaming and envisioning and visualizing to manifest? Well, some people like to categorize daydreaming as wishful thinking, but a daydream, as who was that? Keats that said, was it a daydream or was it something he was actually experiencing, right? Because it seems so real. So it's all about how you define it, right? Because I would say they could be the same thing. We're just calling it something different, right? It's just like you say, the subconscious or the feminine or the womb of creation, right? You're saying the same thing, but just giving it a different term. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. You said, I feel we all need a community. Well, yes, we have a community right here. I also have a Facebook page. So if you will want more of a discourse, you can go to my Facebook page. It's private and we can start a discourse there. Yes, yes. Because that's what I've been manifesting, is that the Facebook page becomes more interactive, right? Where people can go on there during the day and we can help one another in the chat on Facebook, because it is a closed group. And it's called Prosperous Living with Toya on Facebook. Right now, I just really post my YouTube videos on there, and every once in a while, I give some encouraging information. Sometimes I will, like in the last couple of weeks, I have asked a couple of questions, but a lot of the people in the group, they were mostly Facebook friends. But if you want more of of a discourse, because I don't see me doing a Discord, but if you want a more conversation outside of this live, we can go to my Facebook page. And I would definitely be willing to answer any questions and engage with everyone regarding anything, any success stories, any questions, anything you want to discuss regarding, being on this path. You're welcome. Hey, Miss V. Hey. As I said, no waiting. I'm getting suitors in my SP. Yes. Say, I manifest multiple things at once. Yes, Megan. Yes, yes. Hey, trust us. Say this is, Yana. Okay. I'm on my other account and you popped up. Oh, okay. Yes. Welcome. Yeah. So once you change your self-concept, everything else falls into place. That's the start and that's the end. Okay, Mariah. Right? It's once you change your self-concept. Yes. Because that's the whole point of the revision, is to say what you want to take place. That's living in the end. Yep, it's that simple. Say what you want. Tell the new story, which is revising, right? Tell the new story from the state of already having it. That's living in the end. We should always be living in the end. We should always be operating from the state that we already have it. That's what living in the end is, right? You're not trying to figure out how. You're not trying to find the steps to take to make it so, to get it there. No, living in the end says it's already so. That I do nothing to make it happen because it has already happened. It's already so. So if you already have it, then what do you do? There's nothing to do because you already have it. Realizing that you're selecting the outcome, many situations as you can. That's all manifesting is. Creating is finished. You're just selecting the finished version you want. Exactly. You're not saying how you get it. The how is not your work. And many people, yes, do they go out and try to make things happen? Of course they do. That's the long road. Yes, you could go out there and you could, do things physically from the outward state. We all know how that happens. We already know what that looks like because we've already been experiencing things that we try to make happen. What ends up happening when we attempt to make a thing happen? We get disappointed. We get stressed out. We get anxious. We worry. We're indecisive. We grind. We put in all these hours. Yes, that takes longer. If you leave your little grubby hands off of it and just let the thing appear naturally on its own, then you will see that the blessings of the Lord maketh you rich, and he addeth no sorrow to it. Then you're not wondering why you got your SP and he ghosted you, or why you got the $10,000 and now you're looking for another $10,000. Now, why you can't sustain the flow of abundance? Why, every time you turn around, something wrong with your body. Every time you turn around, you got aches and pains. Every time you turn around, you're complaining about ill health. Because you want to be the person. You just don't want the stuff. I know you think you just want the stuff. I know just having the stuff, right? It's so tantalizing, right? I just want an SP. If I just had that job, everything would, and you get the job and it's the most horrible experience you ever had because you thought that the job was going to make you happy. You thought the job was going to answer all your problems. You're giving your power to external things. No, the things automatically come when you become the person. When you when you recognize you already are the person. So it's usually a disaster when we force it to happen. Yep, that's it, Rain. Yep. Toyia, remember I said I envisioned my home and drew out my plans? Well, I have been saving things. Yes. So it truly does work. You have to center yourself in your story. Stop worrying about others. Exactly. When we try to do it ourselves, it causes stress because we are focusing on trying to control. Yep. Stop trying to control it. Yeah, I sometimes wish I knew this before. Shaking my head. But I'm just as powerful today as any other day. Yes, Aaron. Yes. All in your Pinterest and Amazon cart. Nice. Yes. It's about being. The stuff comes automatically. Say that. Say that, Emma. Yes. Oh, no problem. Yep, and we could just get in our mind that how is not our work, and we have to walk by faith and not by sight, right? We don't let the 3D validate anything that's going on. Remember, right? It's your belief and your want, which is your desire. Do they match? Are they married to one another? Because when they're married, right, they have what? Intercourse. And that intercourse does what? Produces the child. You give birth, which is you get to experience the thing that you desire. You get to experience it. But when your beliefs and your wants don't match, it's the dominant of the two that you will experience. So if what you're believing doesn't match what you're desiring, you're always going to get what you believe, what you assume to be true. That's what you're going to get. So you can say you want money, but if you believe that, all you talk about is lack, then you're going to continue to experience lack. You can want money all you want. You're just going to continue to experience lack. Because that's what you believe. That's what you accept. That's what you assume to be true. But if you assume something differently, if you would just assume that you already are abundant, the money has to come. The money has to manifest. Because now the belief and the desire are married. They're one. And they give birth to the desire. And it becomes what? A physical experience. So you can say that you want to be married. You can say you want the husband. You can say you want the wife. You can say you want the relationship, right? And then that's the want. You got a want here, but your beliefs are relationships are struggle. Women are manipulative and they're gold diggers and they're liars and deceivers, and men, they're egotistic, they're narcissistic, they're liars and cheaters, and they're unfaithful. You can get the desire to come. And you're going to manifest the relationship based on what you believe, what you assume about relationships. That's what you're going to bring forth, what you assume. So what you want to do, change your assumptions about relationships. That's why you must work on self. Change your self-concept. Change what you are saying about men and women in regards to relationships. Change what you're saying about what you think relationships look like. Change it, because you can like attracts like, and you're only going to attract what you assume, what you believe to be true. That's what you're going to experience. And so that's why people are like, oh, I wasn't manifesting that. I didn't believe that. It just happened out of nowhere. He came and he started cheating on me. Well, do you believe that men just naturally cheat? Is that a belief that you hold? Do you believe that women are unfaithful? Is that a belief that you hold? Do you believe people are deceiving and dishonest? Is that a belief? Because that's what you're going to manifest. You're always going to manifest what you assume to be true. You're going to manifest it. Everybody else may be thinking something different, but that's what you're thinking. That's what you will be experiencing. Remember, you're the only thinker. You're the only thinker in your reality. No one else. It's all you. Hey, Mia Slay. Oh, okay, Megan. Well, I'm sure he would. You know, he has a Facebook Live, and he also says he has Telegram. So have you followed him on Facebook? Oh, really loving life? Yes, nice, nice. See, that's why when you talk to someone who's depressed, they are highly illogical and negative. Yep, Mia. Yep. So if we change the thoughts, does it change instantly, automatically when we reframe the thinking? Yes. Yes. Everything is instant in the spirit, right? It must be impressed upon the subconscious, and then it is expressed on in your world. It's always instant in the spirit, always. Say depression and anxiety torment my mother, and I wish so much for her when she was there. Oh, yes. Yeah, depression. That was a part of my family's history as well. But now I see everyone differently. I used to think that way. I used to have that same thing in my family, Mia. I haven't had Facebook in years. Not sure I want to go back on there. But maybe just for that. Oh, okay, Megan. Oh, okay. Yes, Mia. It's just all about how you perceive the afterlife. It's just all about how you perceive it. Yeah. Yep, you just gotta live. Yep. But you know, life is eternal. So, and she's experiencing a different dimension. Okay, then imagine peace right now. Give her peace in your mind, right? There is no death, right? There's only life. So it's the thoughts that you think now you create. So you can imagine her as being happy, right? A sound mind, loving on herself, because it's your thoughts. Remember, you have the power to reframe your experiences. You don't have to accept any experience, even if you considered them to be in the past or long ago. There is no past. There's only now. And it's the thoughts you think now that you create. So you can choose to remember your mother differently. This whole world is make-believe. It's all made up. And it's all based on the thoughts that we think. You ever heard that nursery rhyme? Roll, roll, roll your boats gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. We're dreaming this. It's all a dream. Some of these dreams have been nightmares. We may categorize them as nightmares, but guess what you get to do? You get to change them and make them a fantasy. You get to change them and make them wonderland. You get to perceive them differently. That's the power of repentance. What Neville Goddard calls revision. To think again. Think differently right now. Right now in this moment, I can think differently about my childhood. I can think differently about my relationship with my mother. I could think differently about how I saw my mother. And guess what? Your reality has to reflect that new thought, that new belief. When you continue to think that thought over and over again, guess what it becomes? A belief. And guess what beliefs end up doing? You experience them. Always. That's law. Yep, you can revise everything. Everything. Yes, authenticity, because what is authenticity? Being real, right? How can you be real if you don't love you? You gotta love you. I don't know why we want to always try to trump love, but nothing trumps love. Love is the only transforming power. Why? Because love never fails. Love doesn't fail. Authenticity falls under the category of love. Being real, being honest, being true to yourself. How can you be true to yourself unless you love yourself? You must love you. You must love you. Love you, forgive you. Loving you, forgiving you is part of loving you. That's the self-concept we have to work on. That's the self-concept. Then all of the relationships, and you don't have to worry about if you're going to end up with somebody that's going to hurt you or deceive you, be disloyal to you. It's impossible. Not when you love. Love. That's not how love shows up. So I had to let go as well. When my mom and granny passed, I said they're happy, free, and ill. Yes, love and life. So yes, agreed. You gotta love you more than the SPs and the other stuff, because they come from, exactly. They come from you. Yes, authentic and self-aware. Yes. And that's because you love you, Mia, right? You're showing up as love. But here's the thing. You know why people won't say love? Love gets a bad rap, right? The world thinks love isn't enough, right? Love, the world says, oh, it's going to take more than love, right? They like that movie. What's love got to do with it? Because they don't understand what love is. They don't understand that love is all there is. Because God is love. And love never fails. But when you think love is hurtful and manipulative, because someone who hurt you told you they loved you, so you equated love and hurt. But no one that ever loved you would ever hurt you. But because you were told, oh, I'm doing this because I love you. Impossible. It's impossible for someone to say they loved you and at the same time were hurting you. That's an oxymoron. It doesn't go together. Because love is patient and kind. It's not puffed up or proud, and it does not seek its own. It is not easily angered or offended. It keeps no records of wrongs. It rejoices in truth and does not rejoice in evil. It protects all things. It believes all things. It endures all things. and it hopes all things. Love never fails. So if somebody's hurting you and telling you they love you, that's a warped understanding of what love is. Impossible. Right? Don't receive that, Mia. Right? Do you feel guilty for putting yourself first, Mia? Do you let people shame you and make you feel guilty for putting yourself first? Do you have like a guilt complex? Like, maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe maybe my life shouldn't be all about me. Okay. I'm glad not anymore, because once you own who you are, nobody will ever call you narcissist. Ever. When you truly accept that, yes, the world revolves around you, and because you love you doesn't mean that you treat others badly, right? No, love can only love. Love can only love. It's impossible for you to love you and not to love others. Because when you are love, you are love. So you love. Saying the first step to starting to love yourself is, are you in from that relationship? Sarah, run from there. Hey, Sarah, right? Sarah. It doesn't matter who it's from, right? It doesn't matter, because everyone is you pushed out. Everyone is just your mirror. Your sister's just showing you that you were feeling guilty about putting yourself first, that you weren't completely owning that you were going to focus on you, because maybe some of your life you were a people pleaser, or maybe when people asked you to do something, you would do it even if you really didn't want to. You gave no pushback, right? You did stuff only because other people said you should. And now you're saying, no, I'm going to put me first. I'm going to do stuff only because I desire to. I'm not doing anything begrudgingly anymore. Everything will be done from a place of love. And if I decide not to do something, I have the right to do it. Because the funny thing is that, yes, people will say that, how you gonna not do something for me so I can be happy? So you want me to do it for you so you can be happy, but where's my happiness? My happiness don't play a part in it, right? But only reason why someone will say these things back to you is because you're finding difficulty with it. But when you know who you are, you don't care what other people think, because what other people think about you is none of your business. It's only what you think of you, because you're the only thinker in your reality, thus the only creator. The only reason why your sister's thoughts would even matter to you is because you found some truth in that. You kind of agreed with her, so it bothered you. Because if I don't agree with what you're saying about me, why would I care? I'm not going to care what you think about me when I know who I am. I could care less what you think about me. Nope. See, you got to change that, Mia. Why are you saying that people are threatened because you are choosing to love you? We had see how you're creating that reality. You're saying that it's threatening. You could change that statement and say everyone is supportive and are completely okay with me loving on me, because me loving on me allows me to love on them. I can't give them something I don't have. So in order for me to love them, I must love me, because loving me allows me to love them. I can only give that which I already have. So I used to argue and react and to make her the victim, and I'm no longer engaged and choose peace. Right. Oh, you're welcome, Luna. And have a nice night. Thank you. Hey, I am Star Quality. Welcome. Yeah. And so now it doesn't matter what she thinks anymore. It only matters what you're thinking. You're the only thinker. This is your production. This is your story. You get to rewrite it. You get to say, oh no, my sister loves everything about me. My sister is so, she's asking questions. She wants to know, what did I do? How did I change myself? How did I change myself? What did I do? I'm so confident now. Like, she's intrigued. She's like, oh my God, I need to know, what did you do? How did you change your mindset? How did you become this new version? Who are you? I almost don't even recognize you anymore. Oh my goodness. So they just had a courageous convo with my mom about everything, everyone being your mirror. Didn't go so well on her end. Yeah. Yeah. You just have to imagine that she's receiving it, right? Because the thing with this message, what I've learned from experience, you can't convince someone that isn't ready to hear, right? When they're ready, they will come. When they're ready, they will come. Just continue to be the example, Sarah. Just continue to be the example. That's the best way to teach, is to be the example. So she uses what she thinks of me to make me feel I'm not a good person. I'm no longer engaging. I'm very close and used to need her. Yeah. But here's the thing, Mia, like I said, once you accept the change that you've made, she'll accept it, because she's your mirror. She's going to confirm to you that you have completely embraced your new version. Yep. So you just focus on you, right? You continue to love on you. You continue to be the kind, wonderful, amazing version of you, right? You don't react to the old state. You don't react to old stories about who you used to be, because that person doesn't exist anymore. Yes. And when you think of your sister, follow Philippians 4:8. Whatever things are just, whatever things are noble, whatever things are pure, if there be any virtue, anything of good report, anything honest, anything praiseworthy, that's how you think of your sister. If you can't have thoughts of love of your sister, have no thoughts at all. But you want to have thoughts of love. When you think of your sister, you want them to be loving thoughts. And then she'll come back and show you the change you've made in your mind. And she'll confirm the thoughts that you were thinking of her. She's going to reflect that back to you. Yes. So love her, right? Don't say anything about her that you wouldn't want said about you, even if you think it's true, but it's not loving. Even if you're like, oh no, I'm just telling the truth. That's just how she is. No, that's not just how she is. That's just how you're perceiving her. Change your perception of her, and she has to show up differently, because you're thinking about it. You're saying it. So you're creating it. I know a lot of times we think, oh, I'm just telling the truth. That's just how they are. That's just who they are. They keep showing me this version. So I'm just telling you it like it is. No, tell it like you want it to be. You're welcome, Mia. All right. Because every relationship begins and ends with you. All relationships. Yes. Awesome, Mia. Yes, James. James from the Apple, welcome. High interest, low attachment. Yes. I like that. We have to, I know we hear a lot about detachment, right? And the only detachment we should be doing is from the old state. Detaching yourself from the old state. And then we're retraining, transforming the mind to not be concerned with the how. Because when you have something, that's the state you're operating from, right? When you have something, you're not trying to say how it got there. You're not like, oh, how did this get you? It's already there. Who cares how it got there? That's not important, right? When you know that you already have a thing, that's the state you live from. It's already there. And it's just like, so you decide to go buy a car, right? And you know you have the car and the car's sitting in your garage. And you've driven around or whatever, and you've done whatever, you're showing your friends, family, your new car, right? Are you still sitting around in your bedroom or in your living room saying, oh man, I wonder how I'm gonna get that car? What you mean how you gonna get the car? The car is already in the garage. But are you gonna keep saying, oh my goodness, how am I going to get this car? How am I going to get this car? What do you mean how are you going to get the car? The car is already in the garage. Like, what do you mean? That's how you're supposed to be with your desires. The things that you cannot see, you're supposed to operate as though you already have them. So you're not trying to figure out how, because you already have it. So you're not questioning how it's going to show up because it's already there. It's already there. Since it's already there, there's nothing to do to try to make it be there because it's already there. Right. We don't keep asking for things we already have. We don't even really think about stuff we already have, right? We don't even think about it. If the car is in, the only time you think about your car is when you're about to drive it, or if you need to get maintenance on it or clean it or something, right? Other than that, the car just sitting there. You're not thinking about it. That's how we have to be with our desires. Right. That's how you have to be with your desires. You know, once it comes into your mind and you give thanks for it and you see yourself with it, then let it go because it's already there. So you don't really have to think about it no more, right? That's what people will say when they say you need to detach. They're saying, stop still asking for the thing you already have. You don't need to ask more than once. Once you declare that the thing you want you already have, it only takes one time. Any other time it comes to your mind, it should just be Thanksgiving. So like sometimes you think your car, oh man, I got a really good deal on this car. Man, I love the way it drives. Like sometimes you think about the stuff you got, right? And you appreciate it, right? You be like, man, this car gives really good gas mileage, or oh, this car, I gotta put premium in this tank, but I love it. I will put any amount of money in it because I love this car, right? You think about it from appreciation. Same way you're supposed to do the thing you cannot see, that desire that you already have, but you can't physically see. When you think about it, that's how you should think about it. Appreciate it. Give thanks for it. And so even if you're finding it difficult to give thanks for something you cannot see, give thanks for the things you do see already in your home, already in your driveway, right? And learn to appreciate. Learn to get gratitude. Just sit in your house like, oh my goodness, yes, I'm grateful I have a place to lay my head at night. Even if it's not the place, even if it's not your something that you would prefer. You would prefer to be in a different place, but this place currently at the moment is doing what it needs to do. You're in a place where, okay, it's clean, I have a place to lay my head. Yes, would I love to be in a different place? Okay, yes, probably would. But right now, in this moment, all is well. And I'm going to give appreciation for where I am now. You say, how do I feel about anticipation? Yes, expectation. You should always expect that what you've asked for shall surely come. That's what hope is. Hope means a certitude of expectation. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Now faith is the substance of a certitude of expectation. The evidence of things not yet seen. You should be certain that the thing you asked for, you already have. No doubt. You certain. You expect it. You're not questioning, no doubt. You should be anticipating it. You say, am I your manager? Say, are we persistent regardless of negative emotions? I find myself discouraged when I don't feel good. Exactly, Carrie. And the only reason why you're having negative emotions is because you're having negative thoughts. And you're calling them negative. You're fearful that the thing you asked for won't happen. So you're feeling uneasy about it. You're feeling anxious. You're worried. Like, man, what if this don't show up? Man, why hasn't it come yet? Man, I don't know how, like you're questioning. You're having thoughts about not having it. So you're creating these feelings, these emotions to accompany the negative thinking. Because if you didn't have any thoughts about it, you couldn't possibly feel a way about it. But your negative feelings are coming from your negative thoughts. Yes. Is that Kai or Key? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Carrie. Welcome. So my mom-in-law always says, thank you, Lord, throughout the whole day. And now it makes so much sense. Yes, it does. Yep, thoughts create emotions, not the other way around. Okay, Key. Okay. Yep. That's why your emotions don't matter. You can give new meaning to your emotions. You can say, "Oh, yeah." You can say that's excitement. That's anticipation, right? Right, like James said. You can rephrase it because you give meaning to life. You get to determine what is in your world. This is your reality, and you get to name it. Whatever you name it, that's what it shall be called. That's what we're told in Genesis, right? Adam represents humankind. Whatever you name it, whatever Adam names it, Adam represents humankind. Whatever you name it, that's what it shall be called. That's the power you have. You get to name it and call it whatever you want to call it. So you get to call anxious feelings excitement, anticipation, looking forward to it. Oh, thank you, Key. We give meaning to life. Without us, life would have no meaning. Thought trumps everything. Because the thought is the creator. That's why we hear thoughts turn to things. thoughts are things. It's your thoughts. That's why sometimes you gotta, when you have a desire, try not to think too much about it. Try not to analyze it and try to, give too much. Just say what you want, give thanks, and then go about your way. That's why the Bible would use agriculture when it was talking about the describing seeds and desires, right? They would just drop the seed, the farmer drops the seed into the ground, right? Well, we know back then there was no watering like we do now in today's society where you can go and water. They had to wait for the rain to come to nourish the ground and the seed, right? For the seeds to grow. They had to trust that it would rain for those seeds to grow. So they just dropped the seed in the soil and went about their day. That's how we're supposed to do with our desires. We're just supposed to give thanks for the desire and then go about our day, not really giving too much thought to it after that, right? Right? That's what we're told. Give no thought. Stop worrying. Stop being concerned. Just give thanks and go about your way in peace. Yep. Even if you're crying, still persist what you want. Don't waver. Yes. So I definitely been needing to get into your Bible study. B has just been a little busy. Oh, okay, Key. Okay. Oh, thank you, Key. Thank you. Yes, the double-minded man is unstable. Is that James 1:13? Let me see. The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But I have to look it up. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh. Oh, that's James 1:8. James 1:8. Okay, so it's First James 1:6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Say, like with movies, the actor reads from the script, then moves on. They don't change mid-line, right? And remember, this is your production. You're the producer. You're the author. You're the director. And you're the star. You're playing all parts. This is your movie. Everybody else is just supporting cast. And they play the roles based on the script you're writing. And how do you write the script for the other people to come play? How you think about them. How do you think about your world? How do you think about others? Because what you believe to be true about others is how they'll show up for you. So if you want people to come in with a different story or a different narrative, you got to rewrite that script. You got to give them a different role to play. So when it comes to these relationships, whether it's your parents, your siblings, your extended family members, your grandparents, your children, your spouse, significant other, whoever they are. They're showing up based on your concept of them. So your successful relationships begin and end with you. No one is responsible to make you happy. That's not their purpose. They're not there to make you happy. Because if you give them the power to make you happy, then they have the power to make you mad. They have the power to make you sad. They can disappoint you. Yes, okay, Key. Yes, it is your job to be happy. They're just along for the ride. They're along to experience your joy. That's what they're there for. They're just there on your merry-go-round. They're just a supporting cast in this is your wonderland. So, it's up to you. I know that this sounds like a big responsibility, right? Like, dang, I got to be accountable for how people show up in my world. Yup. If you want bliss, love, joy, peace, happiness, yup. I mean, you don't have to change a thing, right? You can continue on in misery, in unfulfillment, and putting your peace in the hands of someone else. You can continue to do that. Hey, it's your world. Yep, that's why all relationships fail. Because you expect other people to be different for you to be happy. Who do we change? Do we change other people or do we change ourselves? We change ourselves. Leave the world alone and just change your perspective about it. Yes. Hey, godly gifted. That's why no two people are experiencing the same world. No two people. No two people are experiencing the same world. Because everybody got their own individualized perspective of the world they're in. So we manifest positives the exact same as negatives. It all works the same. Yes. And the thing is that you really want to learn to stop judging from appearances. Really, when you come into this state of awareness, it's about transcending the dual nature. Consciousness isn't judging. There is no right or wrong in consciousness. It's neutral. You're saying is right or wrong. You're saying is good or bad. It's all the same to consciousness. Because consciousness only knows good. There's only the source for good. There's no source for evil in consciousness. There's no wrongness in consciousness. Yep. Keep everything neutral. Because if everything works out for you, how could it ever be wrong? If all things work together for your good, how could it ever be wrong? You have to be willing to accept that it all works out for your good. You have to be willing to say, no matter what happens, this benefits me. That no matter who comes into my experience, as Florence Scovel Shinn says, every man is a link in the chain of my good. Everyone is playing their role to benefit me. You're here to benefit me. That's your only purpose, is to be a link in the chain of my good. That's how you have to see the world. That's how you have to see what's going on. And stop judging it as, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Why shouldn't it have happened? And if you don't like something that happened, change it. Just change it. Revise it. You don't have to repent. That's repentance in the Bible. Just change it. You don't have to accept it. Don't judge it. Just change it. You don't even have to analyze it. Oh, where that come from? It don't matter. It came from you. You're the cause. It wouldn't be there unless you brought it. No manifestation comes to you unless your consciousness brings it to you. You're the magnet attracting life to you. So just, adjust the broadcast, tune into a different signal, emit a different frequency. Yeah, we are called to love one another, and loving one another starts with loving yourself. You must love you, and then you'll be able to love others. You can't give me what you don't get. So if you don't love you, if you don't know how to love you, how you gonna know how to love me? You don't know what love is, because you don't even love you. So how you gonna love me? Impossible. Yes, love thyself first, because you can only give what you got. And if you ain't got it, you can't give it. It's impossible. That's why the Bible is not about other people. It's about you. It's not about others. It never was, never will be. It's always about you. There's only you. No one else exists in your world. You are the only one that exists in your world. No one else exists. Everyone else is just a figment of your imagination. Everyone else is just a concept. It's your concept of them. That's why all relationships are about you. They're not about other people. So you don't marry people to try to change them. That's what I come to realize. Most people, they marry folks and they don't even like them. They trying to change everything about them. Then how are you marrying somebody you don't even like nothing about them? You trying to change everything. But that just shows you don't like you, right? You don't like you, so you're trying to change them. Because if you changed you wouldn't have to change them. Because they would reflect who you are, right? Everyone's your mirror. So when you change you, there's no need to change them. Why? Because they show up as you. They show you who you are. So if you don't like them, it's because you don't like you. You only love people who love themselves. You only love people who are themselves. So a lot of people don't know who they are. Christ said to love those who love you. You're no different than the publicans. You're no different than the Sadducees and the Pharisees. They already do that. People already love people that love them. How greater are you? It's when you love the unloving that you truly love. When you can love the undesirable is when you know you love. When you can look past the wrongs. Because love covers a multitude of sins, a multitude of wrongs. That's the true test of love. Can you love people that mistreat you? But here's the thing. When you love, you can be mistreated. Because love protects all. It's impossible to be mistreated when you love, because love protects all. And so when people when they stop trying to change others, when they take it off the responsibility of the other and put all the responsibility on self, yes, relationships would flourish. They would flourish. All relationships would flourish. Because you changed you. You took the boulder out your eye so you can see clearly to take the speck out the other's eye and notice that there was never anything wrong with them. It was all you. Love makes the world go around. Yes, makes the world go around. And I know, this is a hard saying, says the scriptures, right? Because unless you love the Lord God with all thy heart, with all thy mind, and all that is within thee. Why? Because God is in me. So loving God is loving me. And then the second commandment is like unto it. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Why? Because thy neighbor is thyself. I am my brother's keeper. Because I am my brother. Oh, yes, 40 years. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, godly gifted. Yes. Amen, amen, amen. Yes. Yes. I would just like to hear people talk about, which I already do, but more people talk about how love, how marriage is not a struggle, right? That marriage is not a struggle. It's not. You don't have to give up anything when you love. So love is not a sacrifice. You know the only thing you have to sacrifice is your thoughts about it. That's the only thing you got to give up. Your belief that it's hard and it's a struggle and it's a grind. That's the only thing you'll ever have to sacrifice is old beliefs, old thoughts. That's the only thing that needs to die in your reality is thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. Yes. Yes, Megan. Yes. Thank you, godly gifted. Because it really is that simple. And I know we want to complicate it. And we think we need all of these techniques. And we think we need all of these. All you have to do is just change your mind. You'll never need another technique because you are the technique. You've been manifesting your whole life through your thoughts. Your thoughts were turning to things. And so now all you have to do to experience something else is to change your mind, change your thoughts. And to be more intentional, right? Like before, you was just all lazy with your thinking. You had no idea that your thoughts was turning to things and turning into situations, events, and circumstances. You had no idea. So yes, you was all willy-nilly about your thoughts. You let your emotions run rampant all over the place, right? You was just letting things just happen, complaining, getting mad, angry, sad, depressed, right? Like you was full of anxiety, all that. And then you come to the realization that it was your thoughts doing all of this. And so now you realize, oh, that's it. It was my thoughts. All I got to do is change my thoughts and be intentional about changing your thoughts. You must be intentional. You must want to be different. You have to want to be different in order to be different. Say, man, I'm so aware of my thoughts now. I'm taking them all captive. Yo, it's not what I want. Yes, Megan, yes. Pulling down those vain imaginations. Stop with the vain imaginations. Be purposeful when you go to bed at night. Be purposeful about the thoughts you're carrying into slumber, right? Because the God within never sleeps nor slumbers. Always awake. Always alert. So give your subconscious something to create while you sleep and slumber. Give it sweet nothings. Tell it sweet nothings as you go to bed. As you enter the bed chamber and you go into your lover, give it sweet nothings or sweet somethings. I know we say sweet somethings, not sweet nothings, sweet somethings. Let's change that to sweet somethings. Give it something good to talk about. So then you can have beautiful dreams, amazing dreams, wonderful dreams. Yes, a meditation helped me renew mind and remove all negative thoughts. Yes, yes. Because you really can, once you decide to be intentional about what you think, right? Then the default becomes the thing that you want to think. Then that becomes the default, right? But yes, if you've been thinking a certain way, these many years, but here's the thing, it doesn't even take many years to transform the thinking. It just takes a decision to want to think differently. That's all it takes. And being consistent with it. Persist in it. Don't let emotions dictate. Don't let circumstances dictate. You are the operant power. Operate your power. You know what I come to realize, Mia Slay? You can ask 100 people how to meditate. They all gonna give you a different answer. No two people meditate the same either. Because I've asked several people about meditation. I've listened to Dr. Joseph Murphy. I've listened to Neville Goddard. You know, the different teachers we've listened to. Listen to Abraham Hicks. Have asked a couple of people on the lives about meditate. I've recognized that no two people meditate the same. And you just have to be by yourself, calm your mind, and the divine presence within will lead you and guide you. Will lead and guide you. Lead and guide you, because it's all about to know thyself. But you must get quiet with yourself. You must close your eyes, get relaxed, calm your mind, focus it, and then you'll discover either you'll be led to listen to some music, or you'll be led not to listen to anything. You'll be led, it'll resonate with you. What's the next course of action, what you need to do. Scripture says to just be still, commune with your own self upon your bed. Go within. Talk to yourself. Listen. And then you will be divinely led, because it's your communion with you. not with anyone else. Whatever you need to get you to the next level, to get you to ascend to the next, to master whatever level and ascend to the next, you will be shown the way. All you got to do is make a decision to do it. Spend time with yourself. Get quiet. Turn off the noise. Quiet the mind. In the beginning, you may just want to observe your thoughts, all right? Because the thoughts be all over the place. Sometimes you just want to observe them. What do I be thinking when I'm not focused? Let me see what thoughts be coming in my mind. And you'll see your mind be just all over the place. And then you're like, okay, let me just focus on a thought. Let me focus. And then you find yourself desiring to focus, and then the thoughts still keep. And then you're bringing it back, and then the thoughts continue. And then you're bringing it. That's why you have to practice focusing the mind. Yep, that's it, Kevin. Yep. And so I know people will be like, oh, let me teach you how to do it. The guided meditation, I know people like it. I don't understand it, because why do I want you telling me what I should be thinking? I don't need you to tell me what I need to think. I need to know myself, not what you think. I need to know what I think. I need to know what's going on in my mind. I need to let the greater me talk to me, not what is telling you. Why would I need you to tell me what I should be thinking? But I get it, people. Again, we love a leader. We love people to tell us what we should or shouldn't be doing. No, you have to discover it for yourself. Yes, they all work. Yes, Rain, they all work. Yeah, get in tune with self. Yes. Yep. And there's no right or wrong, right? But you have to find out what works for you, because if you notice, everyone's going to give a different, no two people are going to do it the same. But scripture says to commune with thy own self, communicate, have that alone time with yourself. Get to know thyself. You want to know you, what resonates with you. Oh, thank you, Rain. Okay, you just reminded me. All right. Yes, it's time for me to say good night. Thank you. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. Yep, state akin to sleep. Yep. Yep, the true leader and true guide is always within. But yes, but I enjoy it, Rain. There's no time when you're having fun, right? Time. My daughter told me it be people on lives be on there 10, 12 hours on live. So, some people be doing marathons for real, Oh, okay. Oh, thank you all, everyone. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. This is a wonderful live again. Enjoyed each and every one of you. Thank you. Oh, we got over 20,000 likes. So yes. Thank you guys. Tomorrow, I'll probably be on a little earlier tomorrow if I come on at all. We'll see. Tomorrow is my family's book club. So if I do come on, I may come on during the day. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll play it by ear, but we have our family book club tomorrow. So we're reading Dr. Joseph Murphy's book, The Miracles of Your Mind. So that should be really good. Yes, yes. Yep. Dr. Joseph Murphy's The Miracles of Your Mind. So yes. But thank you guys. And as always, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Good night, all.